Hey everyone, this is Ben Dobbins from Zombie Orpheus Entertainment. We have people joining the Hangout live on air. We'll be having them coming in and out. In theory, we are broadcasting to YouTube as well. We had some technical difficulties and a bunch of people are currently in the wrong call. So the first thing I'm going to do is find this link on YouTube and share it so that everyone can watch and participate. Okay, so took care of that. Publishing an update about stretch goals, and I'm going to post another update about revised it sounds like someone else is there. All right, hi Christian. Tony, hey. I hear you cooking. Can you put yourself on mute? Thanks, Tony. Okay, we are actually streaming live here. Christian's here. Christian, I'm going to be taking care of some tech for a while. Do you have the ability to help out a little bit by talking with people while I finish getting the viewers over here?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I'm going to mute myself. I'm also going to tell you that we're broadcasting live and we have a bunch of viewers already, so it's a great time to start talking.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear anybody talking. Yeah, I didn't realize there were people there.
Oh, yeah. Yep, lots of people here.
The dogs even know that they're here. That's good news.
Yeah.
So how are we doing so far? I can only just started being able to breathe again. I haven't been able to like look at or talk to people who don't live here all day. Oh, this is what outside looks like.
Okay, so Christian's disappeared, so I'm going to just keep talking while we're doing this. Thank you all so much. This is absolutely amazing. We're so glad to have you with us. We are in the final 3 hours of the Journeyquest 3 Kickstarter campaign. We have raised $422,000, 422 and 409. It just popped up again with 5,407 backers. We've smashed through our prior goals. This is totally amazing, and we are beyond thrilled to be sharing this with you. Like you said earlier, we're having some technical difficulties getting everyone on board and into the call. The first call that we had set up was totally ready to go. We were going to stream, and it is full of 8 fans who don't realize that we can't get into our own calls. So we've started a new one, and hopefully they'll have a chance to come over here soon. So if you're watching, if you're on YouTube, you should also be able to find us on Google+. And the advantage of Google+ is that you can ask us questions. We should also be able to see them on YouTube. And I'm going to take a look there now and see if any questions are in the comments. Hooray, we see them. So I will track on YouTube, and I will track on here as well. Let me go see if I can find the link to view this call. Over in the comments for here. There we go. Their fans are starting to get the word out. This is great. So we're doing well on YouTube. Maybe we'll just refresh over there regularly and ask questions from there. So Mr. Kroll's Dice says, congrats one and all. This is so exciting. We agree. This has been the craziest Kickstarter campaign easily that we have ever done. It just on the edge of success or failure the whole time. And frankly, we still could fail. If one or more big backers drop at the last minute, we could go below 420. So right now our focus is on really building that buffer as much as we can. And we've announced our first stretch goal, which after a lot of discussion with fans today, we're focusing on trying to bring more of deleted scenes back. Tony, are you in a position to talk a little bit about the first deleted scene that we're trying to bring back in? I think Tony's just cooking and letting us listen to the cooking. I'm going to mute him.
Okay. He does that.
Yeah, then we'll never know if he's talking or not. You muted Tony Becerra. This might be the first time in my life I've ever been able to say that.
Well, keep that button handy. See if
I know, it's pretty amazing. He just has to sit here and listen to all of this, right? He doesn't, you know, we could just sit here and he's probably, you know, pulling out his knife right now, but, you know, he's in Seattle and I'm in Bellingham. How much danger could there actually be?
He can throw really far.
He can throw really far. Andy, since you were here, could you do me a huge favor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you talk with the fans who are watching a little bit about what we've accomplished, what the last few days have been like, so that I can go in and try to let the rest of the fans know where this is and what's going on?
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So, if you've been following the Kickstarter, everyone is aware that it was extreme nail biter. About 2.5 days ago, we started to get momentum again, but it was one of the lower momentum campaigns we've run. It was expected. Ben has this mathematical formula worked out to kind of tell him where to set his expectations for the Kickstarter, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And it pretty much predicted that we'd have a very enthusiastic first couple of days, and then we would basically be on a track to not succeed if you looked at it from a product Kickstarter standpoint. But given our history, we know how the fans get passionate. We know how everybody kind of kicks into gear on the last week. And sure enough, about 2.5 days ago, or a day and a half ago, roughly, everything kind of really caught fire, and it has been an absolute race to the finish. Obviously, this is the most ambitious Kickstarter in terms of both actual goal and actual production goals that Zoe has done. So it's a testament to our trust in our fans, and a testament to sort of how people came together to pitch in support at the beginning of this campaign to say, yes, we do believe in Journeyquest Season 3. Here's our pledge that will help make this happen. And so it was really, really, really stressful. We always trusted in the fans, though. If we hadn't, this Kickstarter would have been canceled probably the second week, and it wasn't, because Zombie Orpheus has absolute faith in the fans, and this is why. This is why. The fans totally came through. We've had fans come through to help us create amazing rewards, which is just mind-boggling. I've never been on a Kickstarter before where a fan, and I'm sorry, I apologize for my echoey voice. I'm coming off of a pretty bad cold. But yeah, we totally, absolutely were just floored by the amount of support we got in terms of non-direct monetary support, but rather just support in making new rewards, support in sharing, support in creating media for the campaign. You guys have probably seen a ton of Photoshops going around. Most of those are fan created, which is just incredible, and it's really humbling. It is absolutely humbling to see how this community came together to, I won't say save, because save implies that someone was after it, you enlivened Journeyquest Season 3. You gave it life. You breathed life into it as fans, and that is just incredible. So hopefully we will mold this column into something that will not murder people, I guess.
Murdering is not on the table.
Murdering's not... Oh, all right. No murder this... But we cut murder from the last one, too.
Well, all the murder elementals died at the beginning of Season 1.
We're just staunchly anti-murder these days. So, yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I also want to point out two things. First of all, Andy, I'm getting a huge echo whenever I talk. Do you have the ability to do something about that?
Yep, let me go get some headphones. So
Perfect. Okay, so I'll talk for a bit. So right now we are hovering around. Hi, there we are. We're hovering around $422,000. We've kind of been fluctuating back and forth over that line for a bit, and a lot of that is because we had people who were so desperate for this to succeed that they put in more than they could necessarily afford. And what we're seeing is very natural as they're now saying, okay, you know what, I do want to eat this month. This is exciting. So so right now, this is why if you're just coming on board or if you haven't pledged yet, we still have 2.5 hours, and it still is going to be really important to get those pledges in if you haven't, so that we can have that buffer, and so that the people who pledged 200 when they could have only afford 50 can drop back down to 50. There's a lot of that going on. Huge thanks again to everyone. There's been so much passion around this. I'm going to jump in and take a look at some of the YouTube comments, Hall. Laura Scott, so happy for you, thrilled to be making swords. Let me talk about Laura for a minute. Laura came up with this sword molding idea a few weeks ago, has been talking about it on Facebook with me, and we've kind of been looking for where's the right moment, how do we do this? And it turned out that doing the swords and the perf minis as add-ons on the last day was huge. The last time I calculated it, the difference that the add-ons made was a difference of over $30,000, and that is absolutely the difference between this campaign succeeding and it not succeeding. So huge thanks to Laura. It's a super cool add-on because it's basically what she said, and and based on discussion in the comments of the Kickstarter and so forth, was what is something that the fans can offer as an additional incentive to get people to up their pledges enough so that the campaign succeeds. And so this is really a gift from one fan to all of you. The swords that they are going to be casting and painting and hand making, your very own handmade art, available in the campaign for anyone who adds $25 to their pledge. It's just incredible, and we have so many thanks to all of you for that. So many thanks to Laura, so many thanks to everyone who immediately jumped on that and helped push us over the edge. Chrissy McCarran says, I'm glad we did it. I hope no big backers back out. We hope that too. 2.5 hours, anything could happen. We're just going to keep trying to build that buffer as much as we can, keep pushing it on Facebook. As more people pop onto this call later, we'll have a chance to see them there. Oh, Tony's freaking out. Tony's still muted. This is amazing. I can talk about how superstitious he is and how I love tempting fate by saying, you know what, it's not going to rain today, Tony. You know what, Tony, this campaign is going to succeed. No problem. And you know what, you're probably going to end the day really happy. You're not going to break any limbs. So I've got to tell you right now, Tony is texting to me. Why are you jinxing us all to death? Stop tempting fate. Why? I will break all the limbs. And I find it ironic that Tony's talking about breaking all the limbs, particularly because we were just talking about how we're not going to break any limbs. Luck is with us. I feel lucky tonight, don't you?
I absolutely do.
This is why I can't be upset with Tony anymore. Tony, do you want me to unmute you? Are you ready to talk again? Oh, he's not ready to talk again. This is pretty unusual. Apparently, family dinner time takes precedence. This is the best thing ever. Why don't we have everyone on this call, Andy, just to make Tony totally miserable? In fact, the other thing that I would love to see is for this campaign for all the numbers to be the last three numbers to be ending with 999, never rolling over onto 0. Just get his OCD super worked up here.
Oh, you're the devil. I love it.
Doesn't that sound good? If we just keep adjusting our pledges, that way up and down just a little bit, so that's always 9s. I can't print. I cannot repeat in public what he is currently saying to me on Slack. It's really just tragic.
He's just saying, "Why would you do that to me?" But a little more emphatically.
Exactly. So, Andy, can you talk again for a bit while I jump back in and answer all the Kickstarter questions?
Yeah, absolutely. And I apologize. I realize these are beats. I realize they're a scam. It was literally the only thing I could buy to do audio editing one time when I was on a road trip.
Oh, the headphones you're wearing?
Yeah, so...
Oh, we also had a question come in off the Kickstarter stream. Will there be more cast and crew in live stream? Yes, a lot of people especially will be able to come in around 8. But our goal right now, this is a live stream, it's a celebration, but it's not a victory until 9 p.m. We're celebrating that we made it this far. We are not out of the woods yet.
Right.
So, I'm going to be preparing another Facebook post in a moment. We have a little more pushing that we can do, try to get us a little bit further, especially because we want to see as many of these deleted scenes with the orcs as we possibly can. Cutting them out to be able to get the film down to a budget for this target hurt. There are 3 orc scenes. Right now we're working on the final one. It's an incredible part of the story. I'm not going to spoil any of it other than to say it's just one of the best payoffs imaginable. Okay, Andy, you talk again.
Okay, so Tony just sent me a graphic of Roberto from Futurama stabbing forever. And stabbing forever is really kind of, that's his MO. So I, however, am not going to make Tony angry in any way because I don't want to have to deal with angry Tony on set. He holds a grudge. So, yeah. So again...
I gotta say, I see people on YouTube asking if they're gonna have to change their pledges to keep those numbers at 999. And you know, if that's what it takes to drive Tony into a complete fit of despair, you know, I'm willing to go there.
Oh boy, yeah, it's gonna get very stabby up in here.
Okay, word from Christian Doyle: his phone is dead. He is looking for a charger.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, look at that! There's Tony's stab, stab, stab.
Yep. Everybody's phone is dead. I noticed that today.
Yeah. Oh, now he's posting something about Murder Train. This is great. Poor guy.
Oh, you know what, though? He posted a How I Met Your Mother gif. There's no stab that will hurt worse than that. So.
Well, you know, just that he knew to look for it really says a lot.
Oh, he probably has that stuff all on, like, bookmarks. He's ready to go all the time. So, let's see here. What did you want me to talk about exactly?
Let's see. Talk about how dramatic this was. I know that we were covering that a little bit earlier. Just you know, the math behind this campaign and how crazy. I mean, we've been on the knife's edge this whole time. Success, failure, success, failure, and we're still on the knife's edge. Like, can we get over 422,000? No.
Yeah, so as far as the math of this campaign goes, obviously the very first variable anybody's going to look at is the ask. The ask seems extremely high, and it's really, really not. To give you an example, fan favorite shows. These are considered low budget shows. Fan favorite shows like Supernatural are $2.2 million an episode. That I know, I understand that that's network, you know, and it's in Vancouver and everything like that. But these are also produced every week. They're on set, they're working. That's the kind of money that normally goes into a show. So the ask of $420,000, which is not the budget, by the way, does seem high for a lot of the fan creations, or I'm sorry, the fan focus creations that have been out there. But I would say that it's right in line with inflation, to be honest. It's not really that much more if you look at how much more it costs to produce film today. But 2, it is absolutely positively the bare minimum we could have done a quality show with. So So just getting that out of the way, it really is the bare minimum when you include Kickstarter fees and you include backer rewards and you include all the stuff that we have to do to get down to the shooting budget. It was the bare minimum we could do, and it's still extremely low. That being said, the other part of the campaign that was really, really kind of nail-biting in terms of math was when we fell, and we fell where we fell. A lot of people are asking, why did you happen so close to Christmas, or why did you happen so early in the year? In order to film, we have to make everybody's schedules line up, and we have to do it in a way that is beneficial to everyone involved. So, someone can't turn down Hollywood money necessarily to come do this on the drop of a dime or drop of a hat. Don't drop a dime. That's bad. They'll end up in jail. On the drop of a hat. So, literally, what Tony and Ben did is they worked out essentially a perfect storm that had to happen to make all of this work. And to make that happen, we had to start the Kickstarter January 18th. So, honestly, Ben's numbers were so perfect. I mean, I can't get over how amazing the math was on this, because it literally predicted this curve. It predicted it, I think, a little bit narrower, but it literally predicted this curve. So,
yeah, that's the crazy part. Is, well, I mean, this campaign broke KickTrack.
It literally broke KickTrack. KickTrack still has us. It uses yesterday's numbers, but it still has us projected to complete under the goal. And there was a while there where we were overfunding, and it said that we were trending toward I think $20,000 less or something like that. It didn't know what to do. It squeezed normally you get this this kind of cone that encompasses you will almost always fall within the cone that it projects. I think 98% of the time you'll fall within the cone it projects. And for projection estimates, and we are completely above the cone. The cone doesn't even touch where we open.
Yeah, KickTrack is still saying what, that we're gonna make two.
Let me look. Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, in fairness, KickTrack is an awesome tool, and it was designed more for product Kickstarters, which are a lot less volatile. Yeah. So product Kickstarters are a lot less volatile. They're a lot more predictable. But yeah, it says that our current pledge level is 100%, which is, I guess, as close rounded as you're going to get, and we're trending toward 103%. So it's caught up finally.
Okay.
But the projection is no longer loading. The projection showed us about I think
286, 386. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, because I mean, this is the part that's amazing. 2 days ago, we were under $300,000.
Yes.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
This campaign looked like it was going to fail.
Yep.
I want to take a moment. We're getting comments coming in from all over. Emma Ricks writes in via email. You probably won't get this, but hell yes, I'd lost hope, but now you have enough. I'm so happy for you. This is amazing.
Right.
Jennifer Keller asks on our Q&A list, will we be reproducing the Season 1 DVD or Blu-ray, offering a combo of Season 1 and 2 together? And poor Tony, that would kill my OCD. So I hope people are out there messing with Tony. We're still trying to get to 423. The answer about the DVDs is DVDs for Season 1 and Season 2 will be available in Backer Kit as soon as we move over there. It's going to take us a little time to get the campaign transitioned. I was hoping that we could just make it move right over at 9 p.m. today. That's not the case. I have to get some. It's going to take a few days. Those DVDs will be available in Backer Kit for $15 each. If we'd offered them as add-ons in the campaign, they would have been $40 each. So it's a lot better this way. It's a lot more fair. Again, it comes back to that Kickstarter math, because we promised that 77% of every dollar would go straight into the film budget, and that means that we have to keep the cost of the rewards so limited.
Right.
And that was one of the real challenges with this campaign. You know, if we'd asked for 450 or 500,000, for example, we could have had a very different reward structure, but then we also risk not making it. Why is Tony?
Because we just dropped.
Okay.
Oh, we're back up.
Okay.
For a second, we were at 415, but I think it was just a math error.
Okay. Yeah, we're at 422, 772. I really hope we can get over 430 before the end, just for safety. For safety! But yeah, to finish answering your question, Jennifer, the DVDs will be available. The Blu-rays are very unlikely because they cost. Blu-rays are so much more expensive to produce than DVDs. They took the power out of the hands of the people, and now we have to pay third parties to who own $20,000 software in order to finish Blu-rays. So at 10 grand a pop to get a new disc out the door, it isn't really feasible. It might be a potential small Kickstarter later, but for right now, if you want it in high def, the best option is to get the digital download. And we're very open to providing super high quality digital downloads that you can burn to your own Blu-ray, because we are DRM free. Take it, copy it, share it. That's the amazing thing about today and the whole Journeyquest phenomenon, is that we raise this much money despite having a show that we release completely for free, and we say, go ahead, pirate it, do what you want. And that really says something incredible about all of you, about the fans, about how much you believe in us, and about the power of telling a really good story. So Jennifer, I hope that answered your question, and I'm going to move on to the next one. Done. What is the inspiration? Where does the inspiration for Glorian come from? Oh my goodness! Right. I'm sorry. I'm going to hold on that one for a moment.
Okay.
So we hear that Mike and Charlie are watching. Mike Ott is one of our biggest fans. He's just phenomenal. His son Charlie is there in the living room watching us on the TV, and was asking who we were, and Mike said we were his friends, and Charlie's response was, well, then they're my friends too. And Charlie, if you're watching, we want you to know you are totally our friend, and we can't wait to meet you when you come to your first Gen Con. So a really big hello to you, Charlie, and to Mike. And that Kickstarter total keeps going up and down and up and down. We're gradually making our way up. A lot of adjustments happening right now.
Yeah.
So getting back to the question, where did the inspiration for Glorian come from? Is anyone going to let Matt out of the trunk so he can answer that?
Nope. That was part of the deal.
Oh, that's right. It's not 9 p.m. yet.
Right.
We're going to have to save that question for Matt. 30 days in a trunk. He's going to look great.
He's going to be svelte.
He's going to be svelte.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm very excited for that. Will we be seeing a few new characters? Asks Dice Knight. The answer is yes, including a character who we've been. Okay, so here's the story. Originally, we had something like a 160-page script for Season 1 of Journeyquest, and we cast all the roles for that original first season of Journeyquest. Now, those, as many of you know, we had to cut the Season 1 in half, and then we had to cut it in half again when we were in pre-production and then in production in order to get the show made. And so there are these actors who we cast 6 years ago with roles that we still haven't seen them in. And Journeyquest Season 3 will finally take us through the end, after a number of rewrites, of the story that was originally written back in 2010. So yes, we are seeing new characters. I don't want to name the actors quite yet because, as Andy was talking about earlier, scheduling these things is so incredibly difficult. When you're working with professional working actors who are in plays, who are in feature films, who are in television, it's a huge challenge. Z Nation, if you know that's the show on Sci-Fi, is shooting out in Spokane in April, the same time we'll be shooting, and so we're already starting to kind of do the dance with them, and who's going to be there, who's going to be here, how will that be working? But yes, we will be introducing Daggy the Dwarf, we will be reintroducing a character who we have not seen in Journeyquest before, but who we've saw in the Gamers. Those of you who are paying really careful attention to the end of JQ2 and the end of Gamers 3 can probably guess who that is. Moritz, if you're watching, we mean you. I hope you're sleeping. All these people in Europe were just up for hours and hours.
Oh,
And then we're seeing Charlie's watching, so I can't use the language, but there's a knight who is there's a knight who will be seen, who I can't name. All right, moving on. More questions. Kimberly Hennings. Hi, Kimberly. How are you doing? Will the digital downloads be available on Amazon? That actually we can do. Amazon's pretty easy to get our material onto. What we'll do is we'll put the feature versions of it on there sometime later in the cascade. We kind of we have the order in which we release online. So Amazon will be part of the plan. The first digital downloads will be through VHX, who we've been using for the last few years since Hands of Fate, and they are just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pop over, see what's happening on Facebook and on the Kickstarter campaign. We finally made it to 423, by the way. Andy, if you want to jump in. Andy, can you see some of these questions here by clicking on the Q&A?
Yeah, I can see them.
All right, you wanna take the next one on?
Yeah, let me give it a go. Let me see if I can find a good one here. A lot of congratulations. Thank you very much. Robert says, please remember that Tony has all of the stabby things and you have to have a live crew. Not entirely true. We could probably get away. I mean, we replaced Christian Doyle with a C-stand. Let's be honest here. I mean, we could replace a lot of people. No, I wish we could. No, I don't. I don't wish we could replace a lot of people with a C-stand. Just Christian Doyle. But the thing about Tony that you need to know, he only stabs you in places that are not vital for your job. So don't worry about that. You can make him as mad as you want. He knows enough not to cut any important tendons, organs, or blood vessels. So we're good there.
I want to share a comment. Stephen Lord on the Kickstarter was looking through the Kickstarter terms of service, and let me read this to you. This is from Kickstarter. You can change or cancel your pledge at any time before the project's funding deadline, with one exception. During the last 24 hours of the campaign, you can't decrease or cancel if that action would drop the project below its funding goal.
Huh.
So we're seeing a lot of small ones, but it sounds like we are probably safe from a really big hit. And also, I mean, I know all of the people who pledged at a really high dollar amount.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these folks have become friends. We've hung out with them at conventions. We've hung out with them on set. We're looking forward to seeing them, and they pledged on day one. Like, people saved up for years for this campaign so that they could grab those high-level rewards. So I'm not hugely worried about them going, but I'm very relieved to see that now that we've made it over the target, we can't, for example, have someone maliciously dropping their pledge to make us fail at the last minute.
Right.
Not that anyone would do that, because all of you are amazing!
Awesome! Yeah, I've always wondered about that, and about sort of how, like, if you could troll on that level, and I'm glad that Kickstarter put in that one exception, because, yeah, that's pretty good. Obviously, you know, for those of you who don't know how Kickstarter works on the back end, this is great. Every dollar we go over makes us sleep a little easier, because there are things like credit card cancellations, international blocks, because, go figure, banks are weird, and certain other things that can cause delays. I don't think we've really had too many that have just not come through, but it does cause a delay.
Let me give you an example. Gamers Hands of Fate, the Kickstarter raised $405,000, and I think after the client cards and so forth, we ended up collecting 398. So about $7,000 in pledges disappeared. And that's another really good reason for us to keep working on that buffer.
Right. And again, this is not there's no blame or anything. It's just weird stuff happens.
Oh yeah.
So it's the further we get away from that goal in a positive direction, the less Tums and Maylocks we'll be drinking tonight. So
in a minute, I'm going to start eating a burrito on camera. That's
we
going to
did
be
spend a $500 and acid budget though, so that's good. It's a buffer for our buffer.
Okay, I'm going to look through the comments while waiting review. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, there's a lot of congratulatory comments, which is awesome.
Which is nice, especially for YouTube.
Yeah. Shane Taylor asks, "Is Don here?" You would have to tell us, Shane. Is Don there? That's weird. I hope not, for your sake. He'll eat all of your Pop-Tarts. He's a weird guy like that.
Yeah, Don is having quite a day. He's been following the Kickstarter and in the process of selling his house.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So if you want to live in a house where we shot parts of our movies, contact Don and make your bid now.
Indeed. Indeed. I think it's $230K and $140K if he signs it.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, wow, this is guys, I just really I want to reiterate how humbling this is.
It really is.
It's a little emotional. This is the number of people you are giving the opportunity to have a job with people they love, people they care about, on a project they care about. That happens so infrequently in this industry. It would actually blow your minds. Most of your jobs are jobs where, they're fun. They're you work with interesting people, you meet new people, but they're not a passion, for pretty much everyone on set. Whereas this really is. The JQ family brings together people who see each other, once every couple of years, but the second we're back together, it's like we never left each other. So and you guys made that happen. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, and this has been a challenging campaign. It would have been really easy to give up in the middle. When we even had a day when we lost money.
Yep.
But the commitment we made is we would see this through to the bitter end, regardless of what happened, how low we were or not. We were going to let this one roll all the way until the end. And then these last few days, just unbelievable. And it's really where I want to thank especially all the people from the comments section on the Kickstarter campaign, because even when we weren't around, you all did a phenomenal job of maintaining the culture and the positivity that we've tried to focus on for so long, saying no matter what, regardless of whether this succeeds or fails, we are going to be good to each other, we're going to take care of each other, we're going to respect each other. It's just really gratifying to know that we can walk away and that all of you will, when people are negative, when people are attacking, that you can approach them with kindness, explain what's going on, and not just treat them as an enemy. Because when people are that upset, and we've seen a lot of really upset comments about the show, when people are that upset, it's not because they hate us, it's because they are so passionate about the show.
Right.
And they think that we're doing it wrong.
Yep.
And, we certainly aren't perfect, but I'm also very, very happy to see that we're going to be sitting here on a Kickstarter campaign that made it over the wire just at the last minute. We are now up to 424,000, which is great as well.
Hey, Ben, there's a question from Dragon Girl X485X that I believe the answer is yes, but I don't want to say it.
What's the question?
He's asking, if I up my pledge to $50 instead of $25, could I get 2 swords in backer kit?
I don't see why not. Somewhere Laura is screaming about all the swords that she's going to have to make. So the big reward that we spent a ton of time researching that we then realized today that we couldn't do. Andy, you want to tell them about what you designed? Because it's so cool.
Yeah, so I did some research and found a blunted sword. It's not a prop sword; it's an actual sword, and it was developed by one of our fans and longtime friends, Michael Tinker Pierce. But it's very, very close to the Sword of Fighting. It's not direct because the Sword of Fighting was custom poured and everything was custom. But it is absolutely, it looks very much like the Sword of Fighting. So we were going to mount that and include an audio board that randomly played one of Jeremy Spray as the Sword of Fighting's quips whenever you pushed a button. And we're still looking into it, but Kickstarter has an absolute zero tolerance, no weapons policy.
Yeah.
So because it could have been something that maybe if we thought about it 2 months before the campaign started, we could have gotten cleared, but there's absolutely no way we could have added it because of their policies.
Yeah.
So,
but backer kit,
however,
talking Sword of Fighting.
Yeah. So,
how many of those do you want to make, man?
Oh man. The electronics are actually really exciting. Like I'm excited to get in and play with that. But yeah, they're all going to be 100%. Like I'm going to be hand soldering the audio boards, hand uploading the files, testing them myself before we seal the back. So potentially, oh boy, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Can you put limits on stuff in backer kit, or am I just screwed?
Yeah, we can put limit.
Okay.
Backer kit is so much more sophisticated than Kickstarter.
Yeah. I'm surprised one of them hasn't incorporated the other yet. But I'm kind of glad because we all know what happens when companies get bought by bigger companies. Womp womp.
Looks like hopefully Brian Lewis is going to join us soon here.
Yeah, another person with a dead phone. So.
Yeah. You know, it's great. I just looked over at Slack, and here's Tony Becerra saying, in all caps, "It's not humbling. We're not done yet.
He missed it.
It's only humbling after we're done. We just went down 200. You're killing me." So if you're watching this and you haven't pledged, go pledge. Now's the time. We have 2 hours left. Let's try to get those orcs back on screen as much as they're supposed to be. I want to find out what happens. Is that better, Tony? Okay, Tony says it's better. It's a rare affirmation. All right, I'm going to go back to getting a 2-hour Facebook update on the Kickstarter. And let's answer some more questions. Do I need to start saving for Season 4? That is a really good question. And I don't have a good answer to that because we really need to seriously look at how much the season cost, and before even beginning writing on Season 4, figure out if there are ways that we can reduce scope or budget, or if this really is the minimum that we need. So that question is just way too far out to answer right now, especially while we're 100% focused on getting Season 3 put together.
I will say having a savings account is just a good idea in general. So putting that out there for you.
Next question from Thomas. Do you plan to integrate Zoe Phase 2 and Patreon backers into BackerKit? The answer is yes. If you saw the project updates talking about that, what we will do is Phase 2 and Patreon backers will have a special, they'll be tagged in BackerKit, and they'll have access to exclusive discounts on a lot of the add-ons and so forth. And then the people, because they basically were and are our ongoing monthly supporters, they're the reason we still exist. Thank you to everyone on Patreon. We could not be here without you. We're making Gamers the Series monthly now. It's amazing. We're super happy to be doing it. Yeah, you'll be receiving really big discounts. You'll have access to a lot of the exclusive merch. And then if you contributed directly to Journeyquest 3 at fansupported.com. There were a number of fans who put in money there. That money we will basically offer to those people, and we have the list, as we'll find you in BackerKit, and we'll add that as a credit to your account so that you can increase your pledge by that amount, or you can get the add-ons from that amount. Because there are actually 2 people who gave us so much via fan supported that we immediately had to remove 2 of the featured extra rewards because they'd already paid for them, which is pretty cool. So I hope that answers your question. Quinlan asks, will BackerKit money count towards stretch goals and deleted scenes? Yes, provisionally, and the only qualifier there is I'm still working in BackerKit to get everything put together, and I don't know what the percentage will be. Like, for example, when we sell a Journeyquest 2 DVD, probably 50% of that would go toward Season 3, and then 50% would go toward Journeyquest 2, and the people who came in to help fund us to finish funding it after the Kickstarter. So yes, we will continue to raise money in BackerKit to benefit the project. I just can't tell you the exact percentage just yet because I like being really clear, and I'm not really clear yet on exactly how that will go together. But there will be a spreadsheet, and it will be awesome. All right, Andy, I'm going to get back to this Facebook update.
Okay. Yeah, and also any cans or bottles we find on the side of the road will also go directly to Season 3. That's super important to me. BackerKit, especially for Zoe, it does help production, absolutely, but it's also a way to say thank you to our backers, and so the margins are a lot more narrow than they would be, say, just on a pledge, which the pledge is about bringing the show to life. I mean, that's just what it's about. And we are so glad that you fans understood and accepted that, you know, we aren't one of those Kickstarters that promises the kitchen sink. We really had to come up with a workable budget out of the money we got from Kickstarter. So that's amazing to me, that it just really shows that you love the project and that you all have the project in mind. Yeah, hopefully BackerKit will have some great stuff that you'll get to go through and get rewarded sort of after the fact.
Okay.
Getting great.
So,
deals.
Speaking of which, because I hear that you're petering out there.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, please go to Facebook and please like and comment and share on the post that I just made. We have 2 hours left. There's a chance to raise more money, find more backers for the show, work on getting those deleted orc scenes up, see if we can hit that final stretch goal. So please take just half a moment, go share, like, and comment on our most recent Facebook post. And also, you might share, like, and comment on this video post because Facebook is throttling the hell out of it.
Jeez.
It's like, it's time to celebrate! We're not going to let you tell anyone about that.
Oh, jeez.
I am pretty excited, though. Throughout this campaign, we finally have come up with some decent ways to work around how much Facebook throttles reach now. And the technique that I'm most excited about, and this is really what helped us get the massive bump 2 days ago that started the process, was basically posting the Come to Jesus post and then saying in it right away, the first thing to do is to go to Facebook, here's the link to Facebook, and to share and comment so that we can reach people. And that, we got 800 plus shares on that post from Kickstarter backers who are going back to Facebook to help us reach there. And then what we constantly heard from new backers after that was, I had no idea this was going on.
Yep.
And so it really was getting enough momentum and enough people behind the key posts at the key moment to reach the folks who, you know, we've spent 2 years trying to reach the fan base. And one of my favorite comments that I saw during the campaign was, oh my goodness, I've got a pledge for this. They made a second season.
Yeah. Oh. I laugh, but that hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt. Well, and there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of people clamoring for attention, so it's a really big deal.
Yeah.
Brian Lewis is emailing the link to the cast right now. He is in a bar, but we'll be getting on later. Brian, I'm committing you. So hopefully we'll have more cast coming yet. Tony is still on mute.
Yeah. Tony still thinks that a meteor is going to hit the servers and take us out.
All right, so thanks to Andrew, Corwin, and Rob for jumping in and commenting on that link that we were talking about. It really does make a difference. We're not out of the woods yet. I see 5 comments there. Thank you to Rachel. Thank you to Jer. I see 1 share on that. Remember, we've got a comment, we've got a like, we've got a share. We have 2 hours left to try to get these orcs back. I feel like I'm on a PBS telethon right now, and it's kind of amazing. Tony says, you enjoy your mute button now, Dobbins. You'll rue your mute button capabilities. You know what? I would be full of rue regardless of whether or not I was using the mute button. So I'm going to enjoy every moment of it.
So
awesome.
Are we making a soup base? What is he saying?
So Andrew, Clint, thank you for sharing. Corwin, thank you for sharing. Andrew, thank you for commenting. We appreciate it. Again, it makes such a huge difference. Someone just sent a message to Journeyquest. Hope Lee says the orcs need to come back. Don't worry, the orcs are coming back. It's just that we have 3 incredible scenes that we had to cut out of the script because of the budget that we really want to make because they're hilarious and amazing.
Mm. I just like watching actors suffer in the chair.
I'm remembering Chambers Bay in season 2.
Oh, everybody suffered in that chair.
Well, it was. I mean, we had orcs in the chair for 11 hours, and then had half an hour to shoot with them before we lost the light and were kicked out of the park.
Right.
And we would have, and that's also a case where, I mean, many of you may not know this. It's really a case where fans completely saved us on that shoot. So Chambers Bay, we're shooting in February by the Puget Sound, and those 2 days we had windstorms, we had hail, we had rain, we had sun, we had everything, and the weather kept changing every 15 minutes, and it was freezing cold.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 fans basically drove their RVs out so that we could do hair and makeup in them and not have the makeup freeze, so that we could accomplish the Chambers Bay shoot. I mean, that is dedication. That was amazing. Andrew asks, are both bards going to make on-screen appearances this season? Yes. This is where Tony's going to yell at me, because spoilers, yes, both bards are written into the script this season. Chris Odie, I don't know why you're calling me, because you know that I'm on this.
Oh, Odie.
Lochnath asks, I'm curious about the backup plans for if funding fell through. I think I remember an email about releasing the script, doing a radio play type broadcast, flash cartoon, number crunching, etc. Yeah, so basically the first backup plan would have been releasing the Season 3 script under Creative Commons license and say, this is yours. Take it to all the backers. Take it, do what you want with it, bring it to life in whatever way you want. You deserve this. From there, we would have then basically done a lot of research and figured out what the best way to continue the story would have been, whether it would have been a comic book or a novel or who knows what else. But let me take a look over here. 420. We are almost to 425,000. So I think we're probably going to go to set instead and bring a bunch of actors and slather makeup on them and shoot a thing. I should eat food.
Well, you know.
So I know how much. I promised that I'd be eating that burrito on camera soon. And don't think I was joking.
I fear that you're not.
All right, I've got to give a huge thank you to all of our viewers today. We now have 27 shares on that post. We have a bunch of comments. That is going to help so much. We live in a world. I'm going to talk kind of about the internet now. We live in a world that plays by totally different rules than prior to the internet, and everything we do is based around the concept of kind of understanding how a power law curve works. And you math people can go look at that and realize what I'm talking about. What it really comes down to is kind of understanding that it's not about crowdfunding. It's about this notion of crowdsourcing. And what we do is we crowdsource community. And what I always say is when people give us money, that's not the most important thing that happened. The most important thing that happened is that you've now made an emotional investment in the community, in the goals that we're pursuing, in what we're trying to accomplish together. And what this community allows us to do is to break through the digital noise. It allows us to create a Kickstarter that succeeds, or it allows us to get a post that would be buried by Facebook and make sure that the people who want to see it, who weren't going to see it, do see it. Also, some people who didn't want to see it will see it, and they can block the page and then not see it anymore. That's an option. So it's just one of the things that I love about what we do here, which is that it is completely tied into what all of us can do together. There were some very, very angry comments on YouTube over the course of this campaign for people blaming us for doing everything wrong, for creating a campaign that could not succeed, and especially blaming us for trusting crowdfunding, for trusting the crowd, for trusting the community, saying the only way you can succeed is by going after the big money and getting them to do it. And what all of you have proved is that it is completely possible when we all work together to accomplish amazing things. So I'm going to let you in on a secret. And I'm not saying this to be political. I'm not saying this to advocate for any candidate in the presidential race. I am actually not advocating for any candidates right now, if that matters. But I basically just spent the last 4 weeks copying all the emails that Bernie Sanders sends out. And the reason for that is, like him or hate him, what the people running his campaign understand is that we live in an era that's all about the crowd and the community and what lots and lots of tiny, tiny contributions can add up to. And so that's kind of been my and I don't like asking people for money. I really don't. And so being able to basically say, all right, well, Bernie Sanders sent another email. Wow, this is pretty good. Oh, I like how they structured this. I'm totally going to copy this for the next Renew JQ email. It was so helpful to have a model of someone out there who wasn't afraid to ask for money, and to see that it was working and to be able to use that to help reach the Renew JQ list. And I also have to apologize. I know a lot of you got a ton of emails from us, even though you pledged on day one, but it really made a difference. In fact, this might be a good time to go in and look at some of the statistics from the campaign. But first, before Tony stabs me, let's see. So we have 27 shares and 35 shares and 50 likes on that Facebook post. We have 200 plus viewers on this video talking about the power of the crowd. Go to Facebook, find our most recent post, share it, like it, comment on it. That is how we reach new backers. We still have 2 hours to go. We could still bring more scenes back with the orcs. Let's not lose this opportunity.
Right.
So again, take half a moment, go do it. It really makes a difference. Every single one of us. This is the only reason this campaign succeeded, is because so many fans were willing to step out and to boost the signal. This is so Firefly.
Yeah. Real quick, Laura wanted me to let everybody know that Go ahead, order 2 swords. She'll do it. She's committed.
Oh, great.
Yep. She
He
says,
will be committed after making this many swords.
please tell the backers it's okay for them to get 2. She's going to have a huge mini armory. So thank you, Laura.
Okay, so I was going to pull up some statistics for the campaign. I'll probably get sick tomorrow, too, because I've held it off the whole time.
Oh, you're lucky you.
The chart on this is just insane. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 days ago, we had raised $231,000. We are 55% funded. 5 days. So, where did our funders come from? 22%, $95,000 came from no referrer information. So it meant that people just clicked the direct link from who knows where and showed up. Hooray!
Yay.
I'm going to do this in terms of dollars pledged.
Okay.
The next highest amount of dollars pledged, 83 grand, came from the first week of Renew JQ emails, which is kind of amazing. $41,000 came from Facebook. That's our third highest. And this is, again, why it's so crucial that we share and comment and do all this stuff. That's $41,000 that we wouldn't have if all of you hadn't helped get us out there. $37,000 came from search, from people who were looking for this campaign and who came to Kickstarter and searched for Journeyquest. That's amazing.
That is.
26,000 came from Google, from people who searched there. Now here's a thing that all of our YouTube viewers should be incredibly proud of. Now typically, in the past when we've done campaigns, YouTube has accounted for maybe 2 to 5% of the funds that come in. This time, YouTube, I'm adding up a couple things here, was responsible for $26,000 and over 500 backers. You guys upped your game. You men and women upped your game so much. Thank you to all of our YouTube subscribers. You came through in a way that we have never, ever seen before. 16,000 came from Advanced Discovery. 12,000 came from all those Renew JQ emails that I sent this week that annoyed people so much. Again, we wouldn't be here today if those last-minute emails hadn't come through.
Yep.
7,000 came through from the email that we sent this morning.
Wow.
Almost 7,000 came from being on the popular page, on the home page for Kickstarter. 4,700 came from Kickstarter user profiles, 3,900 from Fantasy Discover, and 2,900 from Twitter.
Wow.
So, which is fascinating as well. And we've certainly been on Twitter and been retweeting, but this is why we spend so much time on Facebook. Steve Woolbrecht asks, should we mention that Gamers Live will be at Emerald City Comic Con? The answer is yes. We will be on the main floor in the exhibition hall at ECCC this year. This is during production. So not all of us will be there. So we'll have one team on set, we'll have one team at the con, and we will be performing the Gamers Live at Emerald City Comic Con. They're taking a big chance on the show. It's been a huge success at Gen Con, so if you're going to be at the con, make sure you find it in the program, make plans to attend. We'll be promoting it later. It's going to be super fun, and we will probably include some kind of Journeyquest teasers as well. We'll also have a Strowlers panel at Emerald City Comic Con, and we'll have all kinds of cool merch at the booth.
Is there a place that I can maybe a free film festival I could go to see Journeyquest in March by chance?
There is. Would you like to talk about that?
Yes. So Seattle Web Fest, which is a I'm going to bring it up right now, so I have it. So I have all this stuff in front of me. But Seattle Web Fest, which is a relatively new festival for traditional and sort of online style film, has selected Journeyquest as one of their show selections. So it will be screening, I believe, March 12th. Let me double check. And it's this is a free event. Darlene Sellers, who you very likely recognize from some of our productions, as well as her own Chopsocky Boom.
I sure hope we see Darlene Sellers in Journeyquest Season 3.
We'd have to talk to an oracle to find out, I swear. Yeah. But she's one of the heads of the whole thing. I think it was created by her and Matt Longmire and someone else who I can't remember.
And Liz.
Okay, Liz, cool. That's
Liz Ellis.
Liz Ellis, okay. There are lots of Liz's.
Yeah.
So I'm still waiting for the page to load. Okay, came up. So yeah, March 12th, 2016. There's going to be a bunch of great stuff there from all over the world. There are actually some international films there. But Journeyquest will be screening, which is great. And if you're in the Seattle area, want to see it, want to hang out with some of the cast and crew that are absolutely going to be in attendance at Seattle Webfest, please pop on by and give it a watch.
Hey, we are at 426,000. Congratulations. This is so cool.
This is amazing.
Wow. I'm going to lose my voice, too.
Yeah. I'm just getting mine back. So I went to RadCon and got sick before the con, which is the worst. The absolute worst.
Oh, that sounds like Tony.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, who is that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Hey, you're off mute.
Yeah, well,
You feeling,
somebody's got to stop you people from jinxing things.
you feeling stabby?
Always.
Oh, by the way, Tony, good luck with the production. I hope that I'm sure that you're gonna have beautiful weather every day.
Yeah, whatever.
Spokane is full of beautiful weather.
And zombies.
And zombies.
Yeah, we're not shooting this in Spokane, are we?
God, no.
Okay, good.
If we need zombies, it's great. You can just go set up a camera and you're good. I spent a lot of time in Spokane. I actually graduated from high school from Lewis and Clark in Spokane. So
You know, what if we shot this?
ribbit.
What if we shot Journeyquest Season 3 backstage of Z Nation?
That would be pretty horrifying.
That's a meta. That is meta as hell. Like have them running from the city of the dead, and you realize that it's actually current times, and they were just living apocalyptically in a little band. That is not a spoiler. That's not happening.
All right. Oh my goodness, people are messaging me in 3 places to comment. It is okay to pledge for multiple swords on the Kickstarter.
Yes.
Oh, God, this amount keeps fluctuating.
Yes, it does. And you know what? This is where we thank everyone so much, because the people who pushed us over the edge, we had fans who, who are amazing, and even though we told them, save money for food, don't go overboard, there were still people who pledged more than they could afford, and I do not at all begrudge that we are now making adjustments here. I think that is totally appropriate. I'm thrilled to see it happening. I don't want anyone stuck on ramen for the next week or 2 or 3.
Why?
Absolutely.
We're going to be stuck on ramen for the next 3 weeks.
Says who?
Oh, okay, fine. The people on set.
I don't think we've ever served ramen on set.
Well, it's a good time to start.
That's true. That is a pretty good budget cut.
You know, I just realized I don't have to cook any food for this season.
No, you just have to do the behind the scenes and interviews and red cards.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Yeah. I will say, as much as he enjoys that, I actually really liked Ben's breakfasts, which he brought every day. And I mean, we were freezing. We were there when it was dark. For example, we got to Kubota Gardens when the ground was still solid because it was frozen, and then we hiked in, and the warmth of us hiking in turned it into about, I'd say, 6 inches of mud. So we're freezing. I mean, freezing. There's one standing heater, and we're trying to keep cast under it so that they don't die.
And makeup.
And makeup. Well, yeah, and I mean it.
The physical makeup.
Yeah, exactly. And these don't heat evenly at all. So the makeup's still like half frozen. But in comes Ben with this little crock pot, and it's got this amazing like combination.
Two crock pots.
Like an oatmeal with like all sorts of stuff in it, and it was.
Oh, dude, that was so good.
It was so good, and like it was the most moralizing part of the whole day. It actually got you going and ready to go.
Yeah, it also. I mean, directing and doing. So my original plan was, Matt was going to be directing season 2, and I would kind of be there as a backup co-director just in case. And then, as you probably all know, his wife gave birth 3 days before the shoot began, and I had to step up. But I had planned on doing craft service for the show. So I suddenly found myself in a position of having to provide craft service and direct on the fly.
Yep.
Which was, if you want to watch my complete descent into madness, there's a special feature on the DVD. But the meal that I was actually the most proud of, Andy, knowing that Chambers Bay was going to be awesome.
Yes.
Planned this crock pot mac and cheese.
Oh, that was so good.
That hit like during the afternoon on the worst part of the day, and all of a sudden there's this steaming hot fresh mac and cheese for fresh people.
Okay, for the people watching at home who don't understand, Ben is a virtuoso of macaroni and cheese. The very first meal he had me over to at his house was a Gruyere and pear macaroni and cheese.
Gorgonzola.
Or gorgonzola. Sorry, gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola, roasted pear, and blackened Cajun chicken.
Yes, it was incredible. So yes, the crock pot full of macaroni and cheese is way better than that sounds. Trust me.
And you'd think I learned my lesson on that one, but I ended up doing all the breakfasts for Dark Dungeons as well. And they were really good.
Yeah.
Tony, I'm not doing breakfasts for JQ3.
Oh, God, no. We're going to, like, Starbucks or, dollar store.
Do you get 2 credits for craft on that, then? Do you get for Dark Dungeons and for...
Okay, so Tony, hang on for just a second. I do want to point out to you that I fed the entire crew breakfast the whole time for Dark Dungeons for a cost of less than $1 per person per meal.
All right. I can see that.
And I guarantee those meals were better than Starbucks breakfast sandwiches.
That's definitely true.
We did do Starbucks one day, and I do remember everyone asking if you were going to bring something the next day. That was day 2 at Chambers Bay, I think, where we had to do that stop in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, that was insane.
Oh,
that was completely crazy.
It hailed sideways. For those of you who haven't watched the special features, it hailed actually 90 degrees off of the normal way something falls from the sky.
Tony, was it you who the hail ended up drawing blood on when you were barreling your way across set?
Well, yeah, that's because Kayla was sitting there in the middle of a hailstorm not doing anything, like running for cover. Yeah.
It punctured holes in the appliances, the facial appliances, and so we had the trailer, which again, fans came through. The hail that was deposited on the window of the trailer was 4 inches thick. It hit, and I mean this was like a flat front mobile home, and it had pelted it so hard it built up to almost 4 inches thick. It was insane. All right. So I'm going to have to jet. Tony,
right.
You got this?
What am I doing?
Tony and I have it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we still have more cast members who should be popping in soon. I'm checking on Slack.
Just don't stab the audience, Tony.
Yeah.
They're
Again, we're celebrating, and I only say that to piss Tony off because we're not there
We're
yet.
not celebrating.
We are telethoning the final hours of the Kickstarter campaign. We are
There
at
we go.
427, 542. We just dropped by 50.
Okay.
With 97 minutes to go, 427, 542. On this crazy miracle campaign that broke all the rules. It's too bad because we had incredible cool stretch goals planned, but they're the kind of things that work if we have like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, if the onslaught of extra backers and donations are coming.
All right, I'm going to go before my cat freaks out.
Oh, just a second. I just saw a message saying, would be good to know before the campaign ends. Someone just sent to Zombie Orpheus. Let me... could somebody entertain while I... Anybody?
Sure.
Go. Look at me.
Where are we looking for questions anyway? Should I be answering things?
Right-hand side has a bunch of stuff, but I think only Ben can actually promote them to the top. Oh, you've got to be... So on the left-hand side, there's a Q&A button. So
Oh,
if you
great.
click,
Okay.
Yeah.
Technology. Awesome.
Right. So
Okay.
you'll see a bunch of questions like
Loading.
I have
there we go.
I've known people who have sworn up and down that they hate orcs, and then I show them Journeyquest. How does it feel to know that your product has altered some perceptions of orcs?
I want to talk about this a little bit because
Do it. That's awesome, and I love you guys. Bye.
I took my daughter to see Star Wars: The Force Awakens last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did she like it?
Oh, she loved it. She totally loved it. She's been asking about Rey for, since it came out.
You know what's funny? Oh, actually, finish your story.
Yeah, I'm making a point. And I saw the trailer for Warcraft. And the only thing I could think while watching this is they are going to get all of the press for finally giving orcs humanity. Because the whole thing is about orcs are people too. And it just made me feel so proud that we were there 6 years before, fighting the good fight, moving the Overton window over to the point where people could finally start thinking about orcs and how important they are, and that they're people too.
Okay. All right.
So I'm really proud of what we've done with orcs for this question. If Warcraft comes along and helps even fewer people hate orcs, it can only help the orc community.
There you go.
Jacob Blackmon asks, how about as a bonus feature, Ben provide his recipes for meals provided to the cast and crew?
Oh, dude, you don't want to get that fat. Come on now.
That's tempting. Half of them would be crockpot recipes, and half of them would be like massive catering tray in the oven recipes.
Yeah, it's a lot of food, but good amounts.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I don't even know if I've saved them, frankly. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in the process with my family. We're moving to Canada in a few months. Had you heard that, Tony?
Oh no.
Yeah. We're moving to Canada in August. Zoe will continue. We'll continue to be shooting down in Seattle. But I'm going to start really working seriously in the Vancouver film market and opening up opportunities for us there and seeing what kind of partnerships are available up there.
And low Canadian dollar.
And low Canadian dollar, right? Well, we could talk about moving this production to Canada, but I think FilmWorks would kill us.
Yeah, no, that's film and WA people.
Yeah, but anyway, we're moving to Canada. I'm getting ready to be very poor for a year, and so I'm very thankful for the experience of making all these meals on set, because now I know how to go to Costco, spend $180, and feed everyone for a month. So I'll think about it, Jacob. We'll see.
All right, can we get Kevin Pittman to shout onward?
Can we get-
Would love to. We need to track Kevin Pittman down, but
Where is Kevin Pittman?
I don't know. I think Brian Luce is trying to find the cast, but he's having about as much luck as I am. So,
Christopher Leroy Stahl is messaging us on Facebook, and now I'm referencing him again so that he can feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
how does the last-minute success of this campaign make you feel about future projects?
That's a
you want me
great
to cover
question.
that, or you want to?
I'll cover it.
Okay.
Last minute success of this campaign. So everything about this campaign is weird. It's a really big show, and frankly, for a long time, we thought that how much we needed to make this was bigger than the audience. Until we ran the Renew JQ campaign at renewjourneyquest.com, we didn't even know if a campaign like this would be possible. And it really came down to, this was the story that needed to be told. This was the way it needed to be told. And so we've spent the last 3 years figuring out, how can we tell the story? How can we raise it? Success of this campaign makes me feel really good, actually, because it was always such a huge risk. And normally, as you know, if you've been watching the stream for a while, normally I'm all about the math. I'm all about going in and saying, here's the size of the audience, here's what we can accomplish, here is what is kind of realistic within the real world, here's how much we should try to grow. And what this campaign tells me is that sometimes we can take those bigger risks and succeed. I'm going to say one more thing. But it takes a huge amount of preparation to be able to do it. It takes building that list of 4,700 people. It takes months of letting people know that this is coming. It takes building our email list. Just down the road, there's so much that had to come together for this to succeed. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was just saying, these are definitely tentpole projects. I mean, the things that you guys have lined up are so much, comparatively more in line with what we can definitely pull off. So, which is great.
Like Gamers, the series.
Like Strowers, like stuff like that.
And by the way, our Patreon backers will receive the next episode of Gamers, the series tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
We could have released it today, but today we had other stuff going on.
Yeah. Okay. Will the episodes be released all at once, or will there be a weekly schedule? Ben, I think we go weekly, right?
We go weekly for the public release. We need to talk about post-production on this, because having done it both ways in terms of feature cut, web series cut, I think my recommendation would be start with the feature cut and then split it up. I think that'll make things so much easier for sound and music especially.
Oh, definitely.
So that actually would put us in a position where we could release the feature cut streaming to backers first and then do the weekly on YouTube. But that's a discussion to have down the road.
Yeah. All right, you want to take the next one?
Okay, what's the next one? Prior to Journeyquest, I never thought orcs could be so hot. I was so wrong.
You'll get more Jeremy spray than you could ever hope for.
And this is where I want to talk about the Warcraft trailer again, because they have this crazy dimorphism between the male orcs and the female orcs in that trailer, where the male orcs are just these massive muscle-bound, like completely overbearing, and then the female orcs are, they've attempted to make much smaller and Hollywood version of sexy and so forth. And it's one of those cases where you kind of hit some weird Hollywood definition of hot. But what I like about our orcs is that we let the personality and the actors and the relationships make them hot, instead of just basically saying they're hot because, we had Rilk take his shirt off and flash a six-pack.
Oh, God, we need more of a budget for that. Okay, let's see. next one. What's the usual production time from when you start shooting to when the episodes will start being released? Well,
What a great question, Tony.
I was going to say that's going to be an interesting case because filming for us is going to be around a lot of different schedules. So that one's going to be harder to predict. We're filming in April, and then I know Fran has a bunch of different projects coming up. So some of his dates are going to be throughout April, and we'll work on it. But after post starts, I'd say we definitely want to get first episode by Gen Con, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we just lost a $5,000 pledge. And this is why we do buffer.
Yep.
I'm going to check the dashboard. This is exactly why. And there are always good reasons for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're still going. Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered your question. We're just filming April, hoping to have posts through our different channels we're going through by Gen Con. So let's say August into September.
Yeah, it would be awesome to have something at Gen Con. So, okay, yeah, that was a $5,000 pledge that went. Again, it's okay. This is why we talk about buffer. So if you're on here and you haven't shared the Facebook post saying, please go pledge. If you haven't pledged and you're watching, please go pledge. We want to be able to we want to be able to make this, and we will make it, but every little bit of buffer helps. And it also helps for the people who pledge too much, frankly.
Well, we have that amount of crazy fan base that has been keeping us going. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, 86 minutes. We're now under 90. Okay. Next question. Will we get more of the adorable subplot with Ren and Rilk? Well, you have to watch. But yes, both Jesse and Emily Shimkus make it back into season 3, definitely.
Sorry, Joe, you're gonna have to keep talking for a minute. I'm getting a lot of questions on the Kickstarter.
Oh, good. Then I have no problem with that.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, Ren and Rilk definitely show back up. We get more into a little bit of, how they interact, how they meet, and how they deal with just being of different races, I think is the best way to put it. But anything more than that is a little more spoilers than we can do. Okay. So said that one. For those of us who are new here, can you talk about your roles in Journeyquest 3? I'm guessing they probably mean cast, not production, but guess what? I'm going to talk anyway. So Ben's executive producer, of course, of Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, and has helped shepherd so many of these projects, so much of the company now, and brought you Gamers, Strowlers soon, Journeyquest, Humans and Households, Natural One, and a lot of amazing projects. He's the big picture, which is fantastic. We need that. Me, I'm just the asshole who talks too much. So that's what I'm down to, and I stay behind the camera. And I really wish an actor would show up at some point, and then they can talk about things. Okay, let's see. Okay, seriously, Brian Lewis, show up. This is why I stay behind the camera. I don't talk about things.
This is why I stay by the camera too. You all managed to get the two people who would much rather be anonymous.
Exactly. Although you keep showing up in videos, so you get stuck with that. You get stuck with that duty. Jerry Mackey emails and says, Jerry Mackey is our DP, Director of Photography.
And he's in Singapore right now, right?
Currently in Singapore. And he's watching our Kickstarter. What time is it there? I don't even know. I know it's some other time. But he's writing in, and he's super freaking excited. Let's see. Tokyo, no, Singapore. I can't look this thing up. It's almost like, what is it, like noon there? Okay, great. He writes in, super happy. Glad to be working on this. That's great. Jerry Mackey from Safety Not Guaranteed and a bunch of amazing projects from Seattle and honestly all over. I think he just did one with Patrick Stewart too, which was really cool.
Yeah. Oh man, he was gaffer on this. I'm trying to remember the name of the show. There's a show I watched on Netflix recently that I just loved, with the one with the Duplass brothers.
Oh, jeez.
It's an amazing sci-fi one.
Okay. So that's the thing. All our people work on really fun things, and I end up on Sharknado. All right, let's see.
Well, you know, it takes a special skill to be able to handle working with the Asylum.
Yeah. Okay,
and you have that skill.
Okay, so we did talk about your roles. Let's see. We'll get more of Ren and Rilk. I said that one. Will there ever be another ZoeCon? More of a Ben question. He's going to go through still other questions.
Well, actually, I can answer that. So there's been this incredible community that's come together on in Kickstarter comments, and one of the things that ended up coming out of that was they created a Slack channel for Zoe fans. Slack is the app that we use for Zoe, for Dead Gentlemen, and for the Journeyquest campaign to put our shows together. And this kind of came out of the discussion of, you know, we don't have the capacity to plan a ZoeCon right now, but there's no reason that really dedicated fans couldn't figure out how to do it. And so we actually, if you're interested in being involved with planning future fan activities and being involved with kind of this ongoing active fan community, we now have a Slack channel. Send us a message somehow, or send Daniel a message. And I don't have his contact information, but you know, his name is Daniel. He's awesome. Send one of us a message, and we'll get you added to the Slack, and we'll see if we can't crowdsource a plan for the next ZoeCon. Jeremy Spray.
Hey.
Oh, do we got? See, you guys are looking for more orcs. There you go.
Jeremy, tell us why we need to pledge as much as possible before the end of the campaign and continue to bring new backers on because of all these deleted scenes with you and the other orcs.
That is the selfish reason that I would love to go into right away. I loved being a part of this. I even put a little video together. Didn't quite make it the cut, but wanted to let everyone know that these are the best characters I've ever played, and you know, they're kind of some favorites out there. They show up quite a bit in season 2, and I remember getting a lot of feedback about them. And I would hate to see that all of these fantastic scenes that I am super excited to play. Actually, there's some jokes in there that I can't get out of my head that need to happen. That I haven't seen the final cut yet, but I do remember that there were like 3 different pages. I was like, oh. That's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I bet we could sneak them in. I bet we could. Tony, huh?
Heart, you, bro. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the hard part is I don't think people realize that's actually the painful part of trying to do this. It seems like a lot of money. It's a $420 ask for a $300,000 budget, which is, granted, quite a bit of money, and it's amazing, and thank you, fans, for doing that. But at the same time, there still has to be sacrifices, and you know there are a lot of people who did say, "Hey, this scope, maybe try bringing it down." And so, I mean, this is what bringing it down is. Unfortunately, to even lose more to bring us under budget means even less storylines for all our favorite characters, which is the hard part.
It's brutal too, because I mean, I'll just be honest. I'm pretty much one of my favorite characters.
I think you're one of everyone's favorite characters.
I'd love to see more of those guys in. So I mean, hey, the really good news is that we're not all cut, right? We're getting
No, and I think the best part is, without getting into too many spoilers, is the amount of people overall that you get to interact with is going to be pretty amazing.
Totally.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I did get to see there's still some pretty absolutely stellar lines as my good old buddy the Sword.
Exactly. We're gonna have a lot of sword time.
Coming around again.
Okay. Actually, why don't you just take a second, Jeremy? For those of us who are new here, can you talk about your role, sir?
Sure, yeah. So I do play as one of the orcs. I'm Grelnock Skull Splitter, 2 L's. One of the trio of orcs. I'm the bald one, as you may or may not have guessed from the Shiny Dome. And additionally, I'm also the voice of the Sword of Fighting, who is, frankly, as much as I love Grelnock, and I really, really love Grelnock in the art, I love the Sword of Fighting. He is irreverent at best, completely lewd at worst, and absolutely homicidal the entire time. And I loved watching him come through in the different iterations of the script and seeing kind of who he's turning into be and how completely unforgiving he is. He's just unrelentless, and that's the thing I like about him the most, I think, is I don't have to apologize for anything because he's completely unapologetic, which is like the exact opposite of my personality. So I let my id out through and through and through as the Sword of Fighting, and it just happens all over the place.
Oh, that's perfect. I think I don't know if you caught that, how much Christian, like your guys' storyline, you two characters are his favorite, I think, of the series. So that's been a lot of fun.
Well,
Christian,
thank you. I appreciate that.
did we gain a Brian Lewis? Is that the chin I see appearing before us?
In theory, Brian and Nathan are out at a bar drinking, and Tony and I have been telling them that they need to get onto this channel and thank everybody. It does look like them, but they might still be in a very noisy place, so I'm sure they're working on it.
Okay, cool. All right, so we did talk about roles. Let's see. That one for now.
Right.
Once Season 3 is released, could you release the original Season 1 mega script? Do they actually know about that?
Yeah, we talked about it half an hour ago.
Well,
Honestly.
I don't listen. God, I don't even read the Kickstarter. Come on now.
I think that would be actually really cool to release the Matt's 2009 script and compare it to what we did here. It is the same way.
I mean, a little bit, but there's some large deviations, I think.
Well, like on Darkness Rising, for example, on the DVD, we talked with Matt and got permission to put all of the drafts so that you could see how much the script evolved from draft to draft and go through the writing process.
Wait, are you
Super
serious?
fascinating.
Yeah,
Things I missed on the DVD?
in there, I recall. Yeah.
What was that, Jeremy?
Oh, it's just about the dismemberment scene and the beheading scene that originally got cut. Those were from the original script, and I remember the nudity was in there, all of that.
Well, originally the orcs had no clothes. I think we would have got more pledges.
That's what I'm saying. I'm still voting for that, by the way. I'm working on the guns, trying to go that shirtless route.
Can Jeremy sing his I Killed an Angel song? I don't think he's that drunk yet.
Oh, man. I can try to bring that out, but you're right. I do need a couple of PBRs to really make that sound.
There you go.
But if I recall, come back and do his I killed an angel. I killed an angel. I killed an angel. I think there's a little bit more to that. Take it, perf! Yep, still failed at that too. I killed an angel. I killed an angel.
Awesome. All right, Ben, I'm still vamping, so let me know when you want me to shout.
Sorry, I'm. Yeah, so I've been full time on this campaign for a month.
More than that.
Yeah, well, and designing it and making the renewed Journeyquest website and all that stuff. But I've more or less been able to keep up with it until we hit 420,000, and the moment that happened, everything blew up everywhere. Right when we were supposed to be starting this live stream, and I've just been trying to catch up ever since.
Okay, well, if you need to catch up, like I said, me and Jeremy can keep swinging.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
That'd be great.
I can sing all night long. That's not a problem.
That's not a problem. Okay. I'm just going to keep scrolling down the questions, people, so don't mind me. So Megascript, we covered that. Will we get to see more Ninja Dragon Riders? Okay, guys, if you're worried about the budget for Journeyquest, the budget for dragons and riders is going to be a little bit higher than
Tony,
what
I
we
think
want.
this is where we make you go design a bunch of puppets.
Yeah, time for the puppet show.
Yeah.
Okay. Which
Like-
which Andy has fully immersed himself in the puppet show, so he's really game for that. Okay, let's see. So what? Okay, no Don's house reward level. Oh, could we sell Don's house through
For
Kickstarter?
him? For him?
Yeah.
I
guess
mean,
we
yeah,
could.
we could just call Don up and say, so we promised your house to a fan.
I mean, how high do the rewards go? I think you might be short a little bit, but
Well, here's the weird thing about Kickstarter. Like, did you remember the MST3 campaign? MST3K campaign where they had $23,000 rewards?
right.
And I believe the way that they do that, because there's a $10,000 limit, but they came up with some kind of way to collect it. So.
Yeah, add-ons, man. You can do a Don's House add-on. Easy peasy.
All right, man. I am starting to run out of blood sugar. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, you do your thing. Okay. I'm gonna keep talking because it's fun, and Jeremy can keep talking too. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to go through questions that I can actually answer.
I'm still here listening. I did.
Oh, no worries. I said earlier my husband is going to kill me. I increased my bid 4 times. He can eat ramen for a month. Okay, again, guys, like, ramen is cool. I love it, too. I lived off it for 10 years. But do not forget to buy groceries. So if we need to make adjustments, definitely understanding. Okay, let's see. What's next?
Especially if there's the threat of murder and or death. That's really not necessary.
Yeah, it tends to, we frown on that. I mean, I don't, but other people do. Will you bring Matt back to walk in a cold stream? Oh, God, yeah, like, I didn't know we could start a torture Matt Vansel reward level, but let's
have we
do
let
it
him out
for
of the
Don.
trunk yet, actually, Tony?
Well, you guys know better than anybody. That dude loves to hike in the Pacific Northwest. I see no reason to just make him hike through a river.
Exactly.
I think he would do it for free.
Yeah, we can set the dollar amount at $1 for torture Matt Vansel, and I will take your suggestions, and we'll go from there. I like that idea. Okay.
A burrito. Like, it's not even like, I'm just going to eat this off the side. You are presenting the burrito. Like, here it is. Look at my burrito. This is me enjoying it.
That's a burrito the size of you, Ben.
Myself now.
Okay. Will we be seeing more of Karn? Next question. No. As far as I know, honestly, keeping track of Bob Sapp is... Ben tried it. Ben tried it for a while. Bob is out there in the world, and we would definitely love to have him back. His storyline is another part of the budget that I think makes ours higher, but something
right now
we
he's
talk about.
crossing a continent this season.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's very possible that he could show up in the future, but not in this season.
Okay.
And let's be clear here. I mean, as awesome as Karn was, there's some orcs. I need a little bit more love.
There are some orcs who are geographically closer.
Just
right
saying.
now. I'm just saying. All right. I wish I could mark off the questions, but I'm just going to scroll down. Can you see the questions, Jeremy?
Here, let me select some for you.
Okay.
I'm just on full screen right now.
Oh, you're skipping all the things that I have to answer.
Well, I mean, I could answer them, but it'd be me guessing at this point.
Here, has Zoe considered doing YouTube Red exclusive content? And the answer to that is hell no.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a quick one.
Yep. Researched it, aware of it. I think the content they're putting out is not great. It's aiming to, we try to make highest common denominator content, and ad-supported content must go toward a much lower common denominator, and we're not interested in that. And we're not interested in giving Google, such a huge percentage of our revenue. We'd rather put that into making more movies.
I mean, again, that's the beauty of fan-supported, guys, so I hear you. Okay. Again, Ben, like, you keep going. I'm scrolling down. I can keep talking.
Okay.
Can we institute the Brian Lewis comes to my son's birthday party goal? Well, I'm just saying orcs exist. So, oh, do we have someone else?
We have an Emily Shupkis.
Hey guys.
Hey, there we go. Okay, you get to answer her. She gets to answer the second question from Audra again.
Here,
so,
I just,
Emily.
yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to the layers of voices. Hey.
Oh no,
Hey,
you get
guys.
to answer this question that Ben's highlighting for us right now. Okay.
For those
Ben,
of us who are new here, can you talk about your roles in JQ3?
Woo,
Who are
okay,
you?
hang on. Okay, I'm having a weird delay with.
Okay.
We're all
Testing.
just sitting here waiting for you to say something. Just waiting. This is
Testing.
anticipation. Oh my God, that's
Testing.
the best.
Yeah,
Can you
we
hear
can see
me?
you. We can hear you perfectly.
So I say something, and then about 10 seconds later, I hear it again. It's very creepy.
Okay. Do you want to
Yeah.
try in and out again?
Me you're looking for?
It's because you've got two microphones on, one on your headset
Oh,
and one on your computer.
that's it. Okay, hang on.
Okay. Me and Jeremy will take another question. Anyway, so
Let me try
Brian
that.
Lewis,
You
come to
can
your.
answer the same question.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
One on your computer.
That's it. Okay, hang on. Okay. Yay, I work in the tech industry.
Me and Jeremy will take another question.
Oh, Emily, I think you have a video playing somewhere else in your background, or someone does.
No, it's literally repeating us 10 seconds later.
Yep.
Yeah, that means someone has a video playing in the background.
That was it.
Yeah, I've been through this.
It was me. I was watching you guys here. It was me.
All right, are we on a delay still?
No, we're good now.
Okay, Emily,
Gosh.
answer the question.
Sorry.
For
Welcome to
those of us who are new here, can you talk about your role on Journeyquest Season 3?
I will momentarily. I'm plugging back in now that I'm not totally screwing up everything. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Yes, my role on Journey Quest 3. Well, I play Ren, the bard. We know this. What all do we want to say?
Well,
Ren has a ton to do this season. I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not allowed to say.
You're not allowed to say any of the plot, but you can talk about you.
Okay. So what I'm really excited for about this season is that there's all kinds of things. I'm trying to think. What can I say? What can I say? I'm just really excited for the continuation of the story, taking things to extremes. If you remember places where Ren left off and where she begins is kind of a just that in and of itself is a pretty good setup. Sorry, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at answering this question right now.
Your soundbites were amazing. Just
So glad we got the actors involved in this.
Hush. No, Ren has lots of really fun things to do, and
Who is Ren? Where's Ren from?
well,
Oh,
she
that's
is.
No, we can't talk about that. Anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
we
from the
can.
Bardic
We
School.
talk about it from what we know from seasons 1 and 2. There are new people here.
Right.
Okay.
So we know that Ren is from the Bardic School, and that she's on her epic, that she got assigned for whatever purpose you want to say. If she was set up or, whatever. And she's been on this deadbeat epic for forever. And it just got real, right? So that's kind of where she's coming from, is coming from a place of feeling frustrated and duped and, just plodding along and wishing for something exciting to happen, and then it does. And it keeps happening. And, there's skin in the game, and she has decisions to make and things to do and decide what she is and isn't willing to go along with about what she's been told about how the world works and what her job is and what she is and isn't beholden to do. So that's kind of where she's coming from when we pick up with her in the story. and season 3 just takes that the next step farther, which I love that.
Okay, perfect.
I got
Ben?
something out. Coherent
That was good.
sentences.
I was-
You did. That
I
was
completely on you.
80% coherent. I like it.
80%. Excellent.
Ben, I'm gonna keep scrolling down. Okay, not that, not that. Sorry, I got comments but not questions. I'm going down.
Hi, Jeremy. How
Oh,
are you?
here's a good one.
You look fantastic.
Would we
Good.
ever know how/what you cut to make it? I don't know if you mean like in the overall sense of what we lost in the script. Yes.
Too soon.
Too soon. I mean, Jeremy, hey, things can change because Emily even had quite a bit cut out of hers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. The max fell on the orcs, and I feel bad about that. Oh, wow. Is that a wild Brian Lewis joining us now?
Wild Brian Lewis.
Let's see. Are you able to hear?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a bit loud, but we got you.
Okay. Yeah, we're in a place that is loud. Sorry.
Of course you are.
And without any kind of video, which is awesome. Yeah.
All right. So guess what, Brian? You go back up to our original question. So, Brian Lewis, for those of us who are new here, can you talk about your role in Journeyquest Season 3?
Talk about my role in Journeyquest Season 3.
Yeah. Or talk about your role in Journeyquest. Who are you?
Oh, all right. It even says my camera's on. This is really infuriating. Okay, so my role in Journeyquest normally is like, well, I'm the cleric. I'm the happy, plucky sidekick. That I think I originally when Matt and I were kind of like coming up with stuff about the character was we were saying how I kind of somehow found glory in them sooner than everyone else in the party. You can still hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Fine. Keep going.
Very badly. All right, cool. So I actually found glory in earlier on than anyone else, and decided it was sort of my life's pursuit to. I found out very quickly that I was not going to be able to like turn him to light, or teach him the way to Vieira or something like that. So I was essentially there to clean up his wake of death and destruction or whatever, and do the best I can to be able to heal those people that he inflicts in his swath through the wilderness. And like so that was Kara's sort of original role, and then this whole party sort of like kind of solidified around him and stuff, and then he got to be really good friends with Perf, and having a place in the world. And is that what you wanted? Is that or?
I think we'll end it there. That sounded pretty good. All right, great. Also, someone wants a reward level for you to visit their kid's birthday party.
You do balloon tricks.
I'm just saying for that birthday party.
Yeah. Oh, do we have a wild composer joining us right now?
Yes. There he is.
Hey, Steve.
Hey,
Hey.
everybody. Hi.
Oh, before Stevie steals the thunder of like being the new person available, I just want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, so very, very much. And Nathan also said stuff because he's right here. He's going to say something now.
Okay. Hey, Steve, we're going to get to you in a second, but yeah, Nathan, can you do your intro? Of course he can. Nathan. All right.
Yeah, that was fun. Sorry, Stevie. I have now given you back to your new status. I didn't get to say thank you yet.
No, it's fine. Hey, I gotta be right back. I'm still putting my minions to bed. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. Then we're gonna get back to the question.
It's live television! Yay!
I know, we gotta love it. Need some fan questions, guys. Come on, start typing them in. I'm just scrolling down.
Hey Brian, could you mute yourself when you're not talking?
Oh, mute myself. That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, we're gonna pause you for a moment. Oh my God, thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Whew. Got tired of hearing Brian. Love you,
Really love-
Brian. Dun, dun, dun. You should have just. Okay, sorry. Let me keep going. All right. Sorry, Ben. I hope you don't mind. I'm just scrolling down until I find something.
Do it. So I just published one more post on Facebook. This is the last one.
Great.
This is our last chance to save, to get the word out, see if we can get us up to 430,000 or so. Yeah, this extra, at this point, it's extra buffer, but it really makes a huge difference. So please share, like, comment. This is the last one until we succeed, and then I'll have a video.
There you go. Okay, so guys, I'm just scrolling down. Don't mind me. So I hope we answered that. Will we know what we cut? Yes. Once we put season 3 out there, all episodes are aired. We're going to take a look at how much the additional scenes cost and see what at all is feasible. I mean, filming is, of course, the best case scenario. But again, guys, we are at this Kickstarter amount just because of how much the makeup costs, the art, the wardrobe. It does take a little bit, and I love all our characters, but that's just kind of where we are. Is the scenes we cut are unfortunately to make it a little more cost effective. So hopefully we get to film it, but no matter what, you'll know the scenes because hey, it helps extend the plot. Okay, so sorry, guys, actors. I'm just scrolling down, trying to find something for you guys. Someone wants to talk budget. I will go into that later. Actors. Okay, action. Okay. All right. Let's start with Jeremy. We're going to do this kind of vague. So, actual question. Since the script is already written, what big questions will be answered in season 3? Can you talk about, for the orcs, what the biggest question is to be slightly vague-ish about it for you guys' plot? I know. Did that even make sense?
Well done, vague booking your vague question for an answer.
Well, the problem is that you guys actually have, like, your stuff's pretty essential and really interesting. Especially the end part. I can't talk about that.
Which you can't say. So here's my honest answer. I don't have the final cut. I have gone over the script and I've read it and I have been told of the scenes that were removed, but not all of them. Mm-hmm. So without saying exactly what's going to be in there and what isn't, because I would just be making it up as I go, I will say that vaguely it's transformative.
I like that. There you go.
There is a lot of discovery that happens in the world of the orcs in this video.
I love it.
A rich inner life.
Oh my God, it's Brian and Nathan at a bar. Okay, don't talk, guys, because you're loud as fuck. All right, so, trying to find. Actually,
you're both on the earpiece.
Yeah, we can see them, and they're judging me with their judgy eyes. Emily, I'm going to have you answer this in vague terms. Will we get more of the adorable subplot of Ren and Rilk?
Oh, my favorite.
What? Subplot? What are you talking about? wait.
Good point, guys.
Journeyquest is about no. Yes. Period. Vague.
Okay, you can go into a little bit.
Okay. Well, star-crossed lovers never have it easy. So there will, of course, be some, dismemberment, death, goats, chariot races, everything.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Yeah, you know how it is. This is love, man. This is love. Love is goat and chariot races and death and dismemberment. There will be some of that. Maybe not. Okay, not any of that. But there will be challenges to be faced, and what else do you need with a trouble romance is, of course, miscommunication and things along those lines. So you can look forward to that. And yes, Is that good? Is there things I'm missing?
No, I think
Vaguely?
that was actually, yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay.
Um,
Don't you hate
The answer is yes, enthusiastically. Hey, guys. You're so cute.
Yeah.
I'm like, cute.
I was just we were just recently Chris and I on a podcast, and I was noticing how like frustrating it is to be able to. We want to tell about the story. We want to we read the script and we know it's amazing, like that kind of stuff, and we just want to tell you guys, but it's so frustrating because we have to like not spoil it for you, and so we have to be all this like generic and whatnot.
That's true.
I know, so that's the problem is like season 2, we could have gotten pretty generic questions. Season 3 is literally the ramping up of everyone's storylines. So, which I think is like everyone on the cast has really exciting stuff coming up, and especially Caro, especially Nathan, especially Emily, especially Jeremy. There's nobody who's left out. I think it's really amazing. I got to do one real quick. Spokane resident here. Spokane is the okayest city. Andrew Reisenhoover. Andrew, I hear you. Spokane is actually a very beautiful city, and I spent a lovely year out there for Z Nation and 3 other features. I've destroyed a lot of cars in your city, in your downtown. Your riverfront is amazing. I do love Spokane. If you've ever spent time as a zombie on Z Nation, then you do know what I'm talking about. Sometimes we don't film in the cleanest area, the most sanitary or the most non-tetanus areas. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some fun rusty metal everywhere we go. But Spokane, the riverfront, very gorgeous. Your hotels are beautiful. I've doubled them for downtown New York. They look great. Okay. Give me more questions, guys. Ooh, all right. Let's start with Nathan. Oh my God, is there a Matt Vancel? Nathan, bring that Matt Vancel head into frame. Grab Matt Vancel. Now I got a Brian Lewis. Brian, is there a Matt Vancel there?
Yeah, sorry, I unmuted the thing when I wasn't ready. Yes, there is, and he's currently settling in. And so he will be available to speak very shortly.
Great. Find the key grip and punch that guy in the face.
Oh, punchings are coming.
Okay, so Brian Lewis, we're going to start with you so you can unmute yourself for a minute. Where is it? There it is. What has been your favorite scene so far in Journeyquest Season 1 and 2? We'll start there.
Favorite scene. I really liked that initial kind of like bringing back in season 1 of Caro after he had already been gone for so long. Everyone thought he was dead. It was a very, very important kind of like monologue that I had practiced over and over, and I had talked to some people about, and had some acting kind of like folks like see and give me tips about and stuff because I knew it was very, very important. But I really wanted to hit that. So that really is a big deal to me. That's certainly in season 1. There's more in season 2 though.
Okay, perfect.
I can go on. It doesn't.
I think that was a good answer. Let's go with Emily. Emily, what was your favorite out of the 2 seasons?
For me or just in general?
For you.
For me. I really loved playing with the puppet diorama. That was super fun. Even if all I got to do was kind of lean over it and be kind of puppeteer guy. That was creepy with my hands looking so big. Woo! So that was really fun. I loved that. And, oh gosh.
Come on, spotlight's on you.
I know. I loved just all of the tramping around in the woods, which is pretty much everything that I did. But that was really fun to me. It was just kind of...
what was it like to hang out with Frank Kranz?
With Fran Kranz? Ooh, he's so dreamy. He is quite dreamy in person, I have to say. He's also a super nice guy, so that helps. He was fun, actually. That was super fun. The not tromping around in the forest part, tromping around in the constructed caverns in the studio.
With a ceiling and no rain.
Yes, yeah. With the ceiling and out of the rain, yes. That was really fun, just kind of playing around with him, and he has this, big grandiose part, and just getting to react to that was really fun. To have someone whose character is kind of as over the top as mine was really fun.
All right, perfect. And Jeremy, what was your favorite?
So two-part answer. My favorite part to watch was the Silver Tom. Like the Silver Tom scenes are phenomenal, and I actually really enjoyed playing back and forth with Fran, and just kind of like shaking up the scene. It took us a while to kind of get into it, but when we were there, it was super funny. We were just laughing every single take. We had a really good time with it, and it shows. I think when you see that in season 2, there's a lot of fun between Silver Tom and the orcs. My favorite memory that I have of shooting it actually was during that horrible time that we're out in the rain. And, just hideous, god-awful storms. And we have one final take to do, and I don't know how many times we're going to do the scene, but I get ready, and Damon comes over and says, "Hold out your arms." I hold out my arms like this, and he pours like a 5-gallon bag of ears.
That's right.
It just spills all over the place. I'm trying to hold them together, and Ben's like, "Action!" And just right there, I like walk on the scene, trying not to drop all of these ears, and I just kind of nod, and they go, "Good, cut, take, that's it." And like there was no reshoots or anything like that. It was just a one scene with these giant, massive ears. That was super fun.
All right, that was good. Hey, Brian Lewis.
Yes.
What do you think the options of getting Nathan on? I got a good question.
We can get Nathan on it right now. Matt is available here.
Yeah, I'm out of the trunk here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who did leave him out of the trunk? That wasn't part of the deal.
One more.
All right, fine. Hi, Matt Mansell.
Hi, everyone.
Matt, what is your favorite moment of Journeyquest Season 1?
My favorite moment of Journeyquest Season 1 or 2? Oh, man. Probably the day you were all filming at Chambers Bay, and I was holding an infant in my arm, watching the sleet hit the window sideways, and thinking, "Thank you, Wesley. Thank you."
Hey, Brian, you remember how injured you were from that shoot? You remember how much the hail hurt that day?
Yes.
Okay, Matt Vansell's right next to you.
Pelting damaging hail on your skin. His fault.
His fault, right next to you. Just saying.
It's his fault. That's right.
All right, does Nathan want to be on for a minute? I got a good question. I hear you. Stand by. Small technical delay, folks. We're panning over to Nathan. We're not panning over to Nathan. Nathan is into frame. Hey, Nathan, can you hear me? There you go. He blinked. That means I'm only
Nathan's on right now.
You look a little drunk. All right, so I got one question from the Slack channel. Is there any budget for Nathan to see a chiropractor from all the hunching over?
He's not talking.
No, he's just getting angry and
I
close.
think this might be last question.
Okay, that was my last question for Nathan. Good times. No, there's no budget.
They're like you have the ability to speak.
All right. Well, thank you for helping me.
That's everything right there.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Let's go back to the questions. Ben, I'm going to keep vamping. Don't mind me. If you need to interrupt me. Who let Matt out of the trunk? Well, I think you're looking at Brian Lewis, and it's his fault. All right.
Matt and I can hear you now, Tony.
I know, that's unfortunate. Oh, hey, Jeremy Spray. Do any of the orcs have meanings of their words memorized, or do they just memorize the sounds and delivery?
Tell true now, Jeremy.
I would argue that Rilk, Jesse, when he speaks his Orcish, he knows exactly what he's saying and why. He's a very clear sense of what it means, and he's the only one. I know that when Yart and I were in makeup on our first day of shooting,
excuse me, I knew what I was saying.
And Matt, of course, Matt knows what he was saying pretty clearly, and especially when he was saying it wrong and getting corrected. That was obviously on purpose. I literally memorized sounds. I was like a 5-year-old with hands-on phonics. Like, Orcish phonics worked for me. I didn't have particular meaning at all. Then, I promise you now, with my own Orcish to English dictionary, I am practicing, starting right now, and getting into it so that I am fluent in the language when we shoot all of what I might be shooting.
Let's take you up on that, Jeremy. I'd like to see that happen. I don't know. I'd like you to sing a little, like, Orcish lullaby or something.
I think I need to start like writing haikus in Orcish, and maybe a little prose. I could write a pop song. Steve, you could help me out. Yeah, we could do another one. You've done this before already. You've got things.
We got it. Sure.
Yeah.
Our mutual friend, Rival Guy, has already written what he calls the first O-pop song.
Nice.
It's called, I'm serious, it's called Keep No Morphiart. It means winter with me.
Love it.
I know that's what it means.
Fun.
Okay, so Stevie, are you in a good place to talk?
I am. Hi.
All right, then we're going with our first question, my friend. For those of us who are new here, can you talk about who you are and your role with JourneyQuest?
My name is Steve Wolbrecht. I am the composer, so I do all the music for JourneyQuest Season 1 and 2, and soon to be 3. Yay!
That's why I staged the piano in the background. I can see that.
Yeah, that's this is my scoring. Yeah, this is my station, my computer station where I record everything. So.
Hey, Steve. What did you spend some time this afternoon doing without any spoilers?
I put some notes to a. Can I say what it was, or just something?
You gonna spoil it for me?
No spoilers, please. No spoilers.
I worked on some JourneyQuest music today.
Yay!
Okay. And I'm going to go one more for Stevie. What has been your favorite scene so far in JourneyQuest? Because I think from you that'd be an interesting question.
Oh, good. Wow. So, as a composer, I really enjoyed Ren and Silver Tom when Silver Tom takes the epic from Ren and they're talking. The two themes, Ren's theme and Silver Tom's theme, they interplay with each other back and forth, and in such a way that whoever was kind of winning that conversation, that was the theme that came forward. And then there comes a point where Ren just says, "It's over, it's done," and then you hear, and then the music drops out for a second, and then Silver Tom's theme comes in nice and bold. So it was great to have those two themes interplay with each other in that conversation. And how it turned out was just fantastic. So I think probably that one, and then the Orcish War Chant was just amazing and fun. So
that was awesome.
I love that piece.
That's fantastic.
Still gives me chills.
All right, so Brian Lewis, I got one for you, my friend, from the Slack channel. How fond are you of the Caro character? Oh yeah, headphone comes in. Did you catch that, Brian? Unmute, Brian. How much do you like Caro?
How much do I like Caro? I can't wait to like Caro. I put a lot of time and energy and heart into helping this thing succeed, and I was so excited to continue that story and also continue the story of Carol. It's one of the most favorite characters I've played. I get to play like little things here and there, and that's all well and good. Like a lot of them aren't necessarily very fleshed out. So Matt and I have spent a lot of time, and the cast and I have spent a lot of time, and the fans and I have spent a lot of time, making Carol what he is, and like conversations I've had with fans, and just kind of like wouldn't it be cool, and stuff, and conversations I've had with my wife. I love this character, and I can't wait to show you what has going to be going on. It's very exciting, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Some of the things that turn me on most about the show from the get-go are going to be happening this season, and that's really exciting to me.
Perfect. Matt Vansel's got the next question.
That said, +1.
+1. All right, Matt Vansel's got the next question, so go tag him in. Because this one's been sitting here for a minute. Matt Vansel, what will be the process for those who get to create an orcish word with Matt? This may be a Ben and Matt question.
Well, I think that the process that we used last time was that I would update a spreadsheet that people could look at and see what words were taken, what words and what variations of words were taken. And then basically the way it works is you contact me through the email address that I've set up for that. And you give me the word that you want and then what you want it based on. So you can name it after someone, family, pet, girlfriend, other loved one, the doctor, Neil Gaiman, Bruce Campbell. These were very common subjects that people name things after. And then I would basically say, okay, here's how it would probably sound in Orcish. Here's something that would fit the syntax and the grammar and the spelling. Do you like it? And people then say yes. And then it goes into the dictionary, and I update the list so people know what not to take. Of course, I have final say over anything. You know, there are some words that are unlikely to appear, like computer or ninja or laser bear knife, to point out a particularly interesting example from the last round.
Nice. And Matt, stay on the line. I got one more for you.
All right.
Let's see. Okay. What was the inspiration for Glorian?
The inspiration for Glorian was, a lot of it was Dirk the Daring from the old Dragon's Lair, Don Bluth video game. Remember that?
Yep.
But he never said anything. Just be the director, I suppose. I don't remember. It's been 6 or 7 years since that original script.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go down the line for Emily on this one. If you could play one other character in the show, who would it be and why?
Oh, I'd want to be an orc.
Yeah.
Totally,
That's
totally.
the
I
girl.
want to be an orc. Yeah, because they're, well, okay. So because of Matt, everybody has such a great, like, rich history. All these characters have really cool. You know, I love all the clans for the orcs and the scars that mean things and the different ranks and things. I just think is really cool. I love their whole universe and setup. So I think it would be really fun to play and posture around in that universe and be, especially our orcs who are so personable and you know. Yeah,
Actually, I'm not sure if I heard the first part of that, but like, you know, when you were talking about, like, you know, the orcs and the kind of society and stuff like that. Like there's actually, seriously, like, these orcs are really kind of very interesting, intricate society.
Yeah.
We played we've had some backer rewards in the past of having fans like come and game with us, and you know, Matt has gone through and made like a campaign and in the realm of Journeyquest and like I think Clint Black, not Capture Center, but the RPG fellow, like, you know, from Fred?
Savage World.
Savage World, thank you very much, Matt. You know, like, of course, the person who GM does. And, you know, he did it so far through his sort of, like, you know, campaign style. And we got to know, like, more about, we got to play as orcs, and we got to know, like, about their societies and how they're structured and stuff like that. And it's super interesting.
Perfect.
Just wanted to hop in.
No, I'm going to keep you on for one more, and then it's going to Jeremy. So, Brian Lewis, if you could play one character in the show, who would it be and why?
I'm sorry. So not Caro?
If you could play someone other than Caro.
So I have to choose someone other than Caro, because Caro's the one to. Okay, sorry. All right.
Hey, and that's an answer too, man.
I think Glorian would be an amazing part to play. I think that, like, there's so much fun to be had in that character. Like, just you know, he's not necessarily like, you know, boxed in by any kind of like social graces or pressures, and like like the stakes of interacting with other people and how that would affect their relationship with that other person wouldn't really be there. He's just like, oh, there we go. You know, like it's. I think that would be really, really fun to play.
Okay, Jeremy Spray, what's your answer, sir?
All right, so in the same vein, Grelnock and the Sword are, like, the Sword was my pick. Like, if I had a choice of who I would cast myself as, I would have taken the Sword. And I will fight with blood if anyone tries to take it away from me. Because the Sword's my id. That's what I'm saying. He's my guy. But if I was going to play someone else, Glorian is the first one that I pick. Only because I did the read-through of Glorian before everything was cast, and so I read the same script that Kevin reads in a completely different way. Like there were some beats that we hit about the same way, but he hits jokes on a whole different note than I did. For example, he sings out "Onward," and whenever I did it, I was always like "Onward!" just
That's terrifying.
And that's exactly why I wasn't Glorian, because
Terrifying.
I'm not a dwarf barbarian. I don't know what your problem is. But that's how it just came out every time. He was just this ravenous, blood-soaked. It's a dragon. Like, no, it's a river. Pretty sure it's a dragon. Like I loved how he read. So I think just for the alternate universe of the someone completely broke this guy, Glorian would be a fun one to play.
Okay, perfect. Ben Dobbins, are you still answering questions, or can I throw one at you, sir?
Sorry, right before that, we have Nathan. You can answer questions.
Do I get a sober Nathan answer?
Oh, he's sober. Right, Nathan?
Okay. What other character would you play, sir? Carol.
I was really, all the countenance, you know, like all the sorrow, you know, dark, brooding, like it made men weep, and their hearts would beat strong in their chest, and he would make the females scream out. And apparently, I'm not sure what he's doing. What's going on here? Hey, Paige!
All right, so I'm going to cut that one short, thank God. And we got a new visitor. Hello, can you introduce yourself? For those of us who are new here, can you talk about your role in Journeyquest? Paige, that's you, dear.
Oh. Hey,
all right.
I just got... Hey, I play Death, and I'm supposed to be evil, so it fits really well with my personal life, I suppose.
Perfect.
Is there anything else you need to know? I don't know. Half an hour at work, so things are going really well.
Okay, perfect. And just for fun, we're throwing one more at you. If you had to play anyone else on Journeyquest, who would you play? Did you catch that one, Paige?
Sorry, what was that?
Paige is on a little bit of a delay. So, Paige, if you had to play one other character in Journeyquest, who would you play?
Oh, I think it would be Brian's character, because I torture him so much. I would want to see how it would feel like to be tortured.
Looks like we got 3 for Caro. I don't know if we're keeping score, but...
There you go. Okay, perfect. Do I get a Matt Vansel back for a minute? Or are you... Sorry, Paige, are you still going?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to turn the mute on. Sorry.
All right, you keep doing your thing. All right, we're going. That was a fun one. Matt Vansel, can I talk to Matt Vansel?
You said you had a question for me too, so I'm here.
I did. Are you back? I'm sorry. I thought you were. I didn't know if you were working.
I'm doing both.
Okay. Will we see more of the Farther All campaign setting for Pathfinder? That's an interesting one. I don't know if you can answer that one.
Me or Matt?
You, Ben Dobbins.
I don't know that. I mean, right now the next plan would be to figure out. This was going to be our stretch goal, but we just didn't have the time. So right now it's kind of a question of figuring out what it would take for us to get app ready for publication and print, and that's numbers I can't figure out tonight.
Matt Vansel, are you still with me?
I'm right here, yes.
Okay. What was the inspiration for selecting the dooms in your temple?
The inspiration? Kind of looking at classic kind of dungeon tropes or riddles that we'd seen before, and then just having Glorian go in and Glorian them. It's like, how can this be knocked on its head and completely reduced to a yes, that.
Gets turned into
Still there. Can't do anything about it. Okay, so at this point we are 28 minutes. We're under 30 minutes to go for the Kickstarter. All right, we're going to keep going with that. All right, so going back to the Slack channel, let's give me Ben Dobbins. Will there be an opportunity to purchase an updated Orcish English dictionary at some point?
That's a Matt Vansel question.
Matt Vansel.
Yes.
Yes. There you go.
What? What was the question?
Is there an opportunity to purchase an updated Orcish to English dictionary at some point?
Well, there's really a narrow range of answers that could answer that question. Usually somewhere in the yes, no, or maybe range. And I'm confident that in the future, the answer will come from one of those three candidates.
All right, perfect. Matt, keeping you on the line. How did we get Fran Kranz involved?
Fran Kranz went to undergraduate at Yale with a friend of mine from film school named Nathan Katata, who has done a director who's done a number of really funny things out there. You should look up his stuff if you can. And he showed me a piece he had done called Megabot. It was a pilot for basically, imagine if the guys from Voltron were still piloting their Lions like 10 years later, and they all hated each other. But they also had to be in the Megabot, right? And I'm watching this, and I'm laughing. I was like, the blue guy looks like Frank Kranz from Dollhouse. And he's like, that is Frank Kranz from Dollhouse. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, we went to school together. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I just told you why. I said, what? He goes, Comedy World of Threes. Anyway, I had mentioned that I was doing this web series and took a chance on, hey, maybe Fran would be interested or available, and sent him the script. And he read it. He was very kind. He said, you know, this is great. I'd love to be a part. But the thing is, I already have commitments and whatnot. It's pilot season, and but hey, keep me in mind for the future if you make another season. And we did, and I did, and he did. So there we are.
Yeah, and it was funny. I remember when you guys were talking to him, I was on set with one of those pilots. And you were texting me that you were talking to Fran, and I remember turning over to Fran and being like, hey,
that's right.
Looks like Matt's talking to you. And he's like, oh, God, do you know Journeyquest? And I'm like, yeah, I work on it. He's like, holy crap, you have to get me on the show. And he was super excited about that. Okay, one for Nathan, if he's somewhat coherent.
Nathan's right
what are the odds of you going out for waffles? Fair enough. Okay.
We even heard the question.
One more Nathan question. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? Can Nathan and Brian do a shot for us?
Another question.
All those,
the last thing we need them to keep.
all those endeavors to find.
Can Nathan and Brian do a foie gras?
A shot.
Oh, no, we're doing beer right now. We're at a tavern.
Money that would have been saved would have been lost.
There you go. How tight is the budget for incidentals? I'm sure the extra funding will definitely help there. You know what? The budget that Elizabeth, Ben, and I came up with is actually, I gotta say, fairly solid. I'm feeling very good about that. There's a lot to deal with, which is going to be interesting, and I beg the patience of all our actors who have to sit out in the cold and the rain while I sit in the warmth of somewhere else away from them. But yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good. We got to
So par
fly a
for
few
course.
people back from LA. Yeah, par for course.
Yeah.
We got to fly a few people back or drive a few people back from Portland and LA and where they've all spread out to in the 6 years, but or 5, 4. How long has it been? I don't even know. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, let's go with Jeremy. What is the most fun part of working on Journeyquest?
Oh man,
You
that's
can't laugh.
Nope.
Come on now.
The most fun part. So, one of the things I really love about Journeyquest, above all the other things I've done, is the friendship that we have. Like there's this
Amen.
family, right? Like we've known each other.
Family.
And I don't live with these guys. Like a whole bunch of y'all are up in Seattle, and I'm in the, hippie punk younger sister of Portland, and it's awesome here, but I'm nowhere near closer to you guys, and so this is my chance to hang out and be with you all. You know what I'm talking about. Emily gets it. You come here all the time.
And Paige, what about you? You gotta take it off mute, Paige.
Okay,
Yeah,
check
mute. There you go. What's the most fun part about working on Journeyquest, Paige?
Well, I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but the same group of people have been working together developing really good quality content for at least 10 years, if not more. And it's an opportunity just to play. We have so much fun with just different characters and
Paige, you gotta bring it back. You gotta bring it back, Paige. There you are. You're back. You're back.
Look, is it me or is it?
You're cutting in and out.
I can't get enough of that adorable Emily Ramoshika's laugh, though.
Ever.
Yeah, see, that's sorry to interrupt the question. That's actually the beauty of it, is the fact that when we film in Kubota Gardens or someplace where everyone is half mile away, you can always find Ren laugh. You can find her from that laugh. I know I never have to worry about losing that actress.
That's how I find my way home.
Exactly. What's your favorite part of working on Journeyquest? Emily?
Oh, the pants, obviously. Favorite.
That you get to wear pants this time? Yeah, good.
I was going to say, weren't you robbed of pants last season?
Yes. The pants and their whereabouts, whether it be on me or not. They're awesome pants. Hey. And so pants. Pants covers 4 things that I love. And the story, of course, is great. I just love bringing it to life every time is so much fun. And yeah, just hanging out with all these yahoos. It's hilarious. I just love, sitting back and just watching everything just ping back and forth, and it's the most entertaining time. It's great. I love it. Yeah.
Hey, Brian, what's your favorite part?
Favorite part about what, man?
Favorite part about working on Journeyquest?
Fellowship. Yeah, totally.
You're Nathan's commitment ring. Good.
No, Emily's completely right. Some of the quickest we ever are when we're around each other and communicating back and forth and making jokes and then riffing on those jokes and continuing making something that was already good better. Being able to find support through my fellow actors. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Being able to find support from my fellow actors by, like, you know, something that's difficult dramatically or difficult comedically, and being able to kind of, like, you know, bounce some of those kind of, like, you know, stuff off each other and you know, get the best result possible, and just yeah, like I've actually got to be, like, since we started this, on a lot of sets now, and we're blessed with the kind of company we keep. Like, we other sets, people keep to themselves. They're on their, you know, phones or whatever. They don't know each other. They're not engaging in conversation or whatever. We all are very family-like, and we love being around each other, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to drink this.
Oh,
Also, we
perfect.
get
Nathan, what about
That's fun.
you? Matt's fun?
Well, I was gonna say we get to wear makeup a lot, and you know, that's fun.
Wow.
Yes.
You enjoyed being stuck in the chair?
Yeah. We get to put on makeup, and you know, some of us sort of dresses for a living, so for a little while. So that's awesome.
Actually, and I wish Nathan would answer this one seriously. How do you guys enjoy the makeup chair?
Are you ready to be a big boy and answer the
There you
question?
go. Come on now.
So,
It is like Christmas in a glass. It's very
Yep.
Well, like
and after that dramatic pause, he just very quietly said tank paint. Well, so you're welcome, Internet.
Yeah, I don't think people really realize that the lovely Bandersnatch makeup team and espionage cosmetics team had to use Nathan as pretty much their own personal sock puppet with makeup. And so that man was painted from one side to the other, inside and out. And, you know, yep, the whole rounder. We had to lift and spray. It was a thing.
Oh my god.
But it happened. Thankfully, you know, the orcs and
That's
don't
also
have to do that.
terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, the orcs get to wear armor, so they don't have to go through that. Unless they're not doing it in Season 3, and we have to cover everything in green.
I gotta do more push-ups.
So, Nathan, was your favorite part about playing Roderick the day when you got to put on your cloak?
Oh, God, yes. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, like, so that way Roderick only had to do, like, face and hands, essentially, instead of all up in his business.
Here's a good one. Emily, will Ren get her badge back? No spoilers.
Well, how can I answer it if there's no spoilers?
Oh, you can't. Haha. I
Badge
don't know.
badge.
Talk about that.
Well, with no spoilers, one has to consider what the badge represents, and one has to make some decisions about what one would like to do with respect to that representation and how it might affect a person's life.
Promise me to put Ren's laugh in Journeyquest Season 3. It would be well worth my money. Huh. All right. I guess we may have to do that.
I want to put Ren's laugh in my phone. That's a text tone right there. Every time I get a text message from you.
I already did. It's in there.
So I'm going to take a moment here and remind people that we have 14 minutes to go. There are some rewards that are available only on this campaign. Really good. A lot of stuff will be in backer kit, but not all of it. So if you have not pledged and you're watching this, you have 14 minutes. We're not going to ask for any more Facebook shares. We're not going to ask for any more pushes. We are where we are, but this is still, we're all celebrating, but we still have a little bit more time to go here, so this really is it. Get those pledges in if you plan on pledging, because the clock is ticking down.
Yeah, there you go. And it keeps bouncing back and forth. Like, I'm not going to watch this anymore. All right, perfect. Hey, Jeremy Spray, what is your favorite line from the show that you had to say?
So I don't remember the actual line, which makes me feel like an absolute tool bag. But my favorite line is, "You sound just like them." That's my subtitle, because everything about that delivery just completely worked at that time. The point and the gesturing back and forth and the everyone kind of getting in on the joke with you as the audience. You sound just like them. Cows are food. I like cheese.
Perfect. Hey, Paige, I got one for you. When you were playing Death, did you enjoy torturing Brian?
Oh, yeah. It was like that part. Actually, Matt and I had gone through a really in-depth description of like Death's purpose, and so it was really just a joyful opportunity to play with his character and just toy with him, because Death is master, and so it was just a wonderful opportunity. Sorry, Brian.
I'm getting to see your ear, Paige, but not so much the rest of you. Oh, there you are. Look at that.
I don't know, Paige, do we have any more torture lined up for season 3?
Oh, I hope plenty more. I think, in regards to your last question for Jeremy, in terms of what was your favorite line, my favorite line was "how rude" in regards to Brian's character and his response to her. She's the most polite and devious character there could possibly be. It's just such a joy.
Awesome. Let's see. Okay. Sorry.
Quinlan Schultz, I let Matt out of the trunk. Better later. I actually did.
Oh!
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Ben Dobbins, you got time for a question?
Yeah.
100% honesty. How confident were you that JQ would fund 1 or 2 weeks away before the end?
Let me pull up a chart.
Let me show you some pictures.
Because nothing is more riveting than math.
Yeah, hey, for those of you who remember the Ross Perot candidacy? Anyone?
Yep.
Anyone?
Yep.
Let's look at a chart. Okay.
Let's look at a chart here.
You hear that giant sucking sound?
10 minutes, but
I
keep
was pretty confident until last Thursday. When last Thursday rolled around, that was the first moment where I said we're going to fail. And then it finally started turning around on Monday, the 15th. And that's when I got some hope back. So there are about 4 days there where the metrics got so bad that I just didn't think we had a way out of it. The other part that looked really bad was the week of that ended with February 4th, where we basically made $3,000 in a week and just couldn't get any traction. So. Which is also why, I hear a lot of people talking about, why didn't you just run this for another week? And frankly, the answer is because
we don't have time.
Well, not just that. For 2 weeks out of the campaign, there was literally nothing going on. We were going up incrementally, and this campaign, I know we keep saying it, but it was just weird. It broke all the rules in really unexpected ways. Like, we could not get momentum. And every time I thought that we had a bump that was finally going to start to rise up, we would just fall back down again. So, yeah, a 4-day period where I thought we would fail, and a lot of wishing we could just get to the end where people would be worried enough about it failing that they would start sharing. And of course, the core fans always were, but it's like you have the core fans who are engaged with everything. Then there's one tier out, and then there's one tier out, and one tier out. And it isn't that. I mean, everyone obviously cares tremendously, but so much of it too just comes down to people didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest thing is like every time you did an email blast, we'd get like 20 responses of, I've never heard that you guys were doing this. Oh my God, I'm going to pledge, which is insane.
Oh, hey, I found one in my inbox junk mail today.
Wow.
Now, I want to address one more thing also.
Yes.
I made the mistake of looking at the Journeyquest subreddit that was created earlier this week.
Oh God, no.
And one of the things that people are doing in there is saying, well, where'd all the backers come from on the last day? I wonder who put that in to make it succeed when it shouldn't have. I hope they learned their lesson. And
Wait, what?
Oh, basically, people are accusing us of funding it ourselves.
With what, an extra 1,500 people?
Well, and that's exactly it.
They were hiding.
If you were any of the hundreds of fans who are watching today, if you're yeah.
I know how we can pull this off, guys, right? Okay? We've already got all the money that we need, right? Let's have a chance that it'll fail, and we'll owe 8% of it in taxes.
Brilliant.
Yeah. See? Do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going?
I like it. It seems a little unrealistic, but you're writing it, so it may work.
Well, it's just amazing to me that there's always been a very small minority of people who have been looking for the worst in us and the worst in the fans from the very beginning, who call themselves fans. And this campaign succeeded because we stayed positive the whole time and because we looked for the best in everyone no matter what. We basically said no matter what, whether we win, whether we lose, whether we make it or we don't, look at how much we accomplished, look at how many people came together to make this, look at how many people love Journeyquest, look at this incredible community. And then for today and the last few days, if you're sitting here watching those pledge numbers look up, I mean, unless Matt's sitting in the trunk of his car making 1,000 sock puppet accounts and 1,000 credit card offers, I'm just going to call out these bullshit fans as full of shit.
I think Matt was just making sock puppets in that trunk. That's about the extent of what he could do.
But I can neither confirm nor deny the making of sock puppets.
I can confirm there's a lot of sock puppets underneath.
Hey, Matt Vance,
yes.
I got a question for you. Is there a reason we haven't heard anyone use Rilk's name on screen? And can you tell us if so?
No one has used Rilk's name on screen because everyone who knows his name already knows it, and Ren keeps forgetting to ask.
And he keeps forgetting to tell me. It's not just
forgetting
me.
to tell you.
It's not
Yes.
just me. Two people.
I think, Emily, you mean it's not just Ren.
Ren, whatever.
You and Ren are different people.
It's a thing.
I think.
We have 5 minutes.
We're at the 5-minute one.
We are at the 5-minute mark. This is the last chance to adjust pledges. This is the last chance to get pledges in. Backer Kit will not launch for a while. If you want to pledge to this campaign, it is now or ever.
Yeah, and updates will happen on Monday because Ben is going to sleep over the weekend. He is going to sleep.
Actually, tomorrow I'm going to go in and release the next episode of Gamers the Series to our Patreon backers.
All right, but then you're going to sleep.
And then I'm going to schedule the posts for the Hat Trick Pony Show because that video is done. And then I'm going to work on the Magellan script.
4 minutes.
Ben, sleep. All right, fine. Ben's not going to sleep, but we're going to get to more questions until Ben cuts me off. 5 minutes and count. All right, Emily, have you ever played role-played a bard in any tabletop settings before you played a bard?
No. The answer to that is no.
Do you game?
No. So here's the fun thing is that the only times I have gamed have been with the company of these fine people here, and they have been few and far between. Once in college, and one time, and
I didn't inhale.
No.
Everyone experiments, it's fine. No,
It was just because I like this boy, okay? I just wanted him to like me.
I knew it!
And then also with our fun backer game, that was super fun. Actually, I really liked it, but I did not play. I think I was like some kind of a princess. I don't remember. Yeah, no guards.
Okay, and you know what?
You were Princess Regalia Pelcaster,
Yes!
the 8-year-old.
With the cat.
Steward of Chancellor Boots.
How do you even remember that?
Because I am unemployable. You remember this.
Oh, God. You had a lot of time to think in that trunk. Okay.
He did. Princess Regalia. Yeah.
All right, Jeremy Spray, you're getting this question, and it's going to be great. Is home life / parenting going to be a factor in this season?
Good question. In this season, it is not going to be as much of a deal as it was before. I have both of my wonderful children, and they are amazing. They are also already born. So taking care of the wife while shooting now, not so much of an issue. And I can tell you plainly that I'm super excited because as of 3 minutes from now, I will actually have a job.
Yeah.
Be employed, therefore I can dedicate myself to it fully. So I'm super excited that it's not going to be too much of an issue right now.
Great. And Stevie, what about you? Why don't you answer that one too from the production side?
Production side, what was the question?
Is parenting going to be a factor for you this season?
Sure. But my schedule's a little bit more. Well, there's a lot more work, like time involved. It's also it can slide around minions' schedules. So what I've done before is minions come home, feed them dinner, play with them, get them to bed, and then score till about 1 a.m. in the morning. Then go do my day job and rinse and repeat. So that'll probably be the same.
And by score until 1 o'clock in the morning, you mean write music.
Oh, of course, right.
Come on, come on.
Yes, clearly.
All right, we are at the 1 minute line, and there's been a request for Emily's laugh as a ringtone. Ben, can we add that as a pledge? 1 minute.
Yes,
that
please.
That would startle you badly. It would startle you.
We'd probably make that happen on Dead FM.
The difficult part is, of course, making Emily laugh. That
really
is
It's so hard.
Yeah.
We
She's
are
a
at
hard nut to crack.
we are
Guys,
at
1 minute.
56
hard and nut to crack.
We are at 5,600 backers. 5,600 backers. 57
58.
seconds to go.
56, 55. Okay. Do we have time for one more question?
We don't.
Let's see.
This is
Da-da-da.
where
No,
we say
everyone's
thank
watching.
you. This is where we say thank you again to
what?
everyone.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
let's see. We got thank you to Laura Scott, to Scott Kerr,
I need to
to Dad, to Geek Mom, to Monty Cook, to Albin Johnson. Ben, you want to go through a list?
I don't have a list in front of me. I'm getting ready to launch our big thank you video that
Jody
none of you
Black.
have seen.
Me
One
and
more
Scott
backer
Kerr.
made it in.
In the top.
There.
12 seconds.
Andy Dobborowski.
10,
9,
9,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5, 4,
5,
7,
4,
2,
2, 1. I'm a hair turn.
There you go.
Happy New Year! Thank you. Woo!
Congratulations! Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Funded! There it came in.
Funded. There it is in the big
Funded.
bold letters. Funded.
There it is.
Holy crap, I'm so excited.
Okay, great.
I'm employed.
I get to play with these themes again. Like that's what I'm so excited about. Like my sound library has grown so huge and like it has so much better sound. And the themes for Journeyquest are some of my favorite that I've ever written. So I'm so excited to play with these and do these again. So
I'm going to go look and see how many Orcish words I owe.
Oh my god, so many, dude. Well, it's not even the Orcish cards, it's the red cards. Like, we're red carded up the butt.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Ouch.
Like, there's no escape.
I don't like the backers.
And hey guys, one major big thank you to Ben Dobbins for running this campaign from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Way to go, Ben.
A masterfully run campaign.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers to Ben.
Way to go.
Congratulations.
Who's our major positive force? It's definitely not me, but you know what? We got him. Holy cow, guys! We got a season 3. Holy
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I knew that was gonna happen.
No, I was already taking other jobs. Now I got to call some people back. Shoot. All right.
All right. So make sure you watch the video that Steve and I put together based on the work that Brian and Christian did. It seriously is worth it. You should watch it now if you can.
Did that go in the updates, Ben?
I just sent an update. It just went on live on Kickstarter. If I can figure out how to make this little thing pop up here, I'll do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we get a photo of funded and? Oh, Jesus H. This means I gotta get stuff done. All right.
Yeah. Now the.
Yeah. Now you gotta go to work.
I've done my work. All you have fun.
Here's the baton. Go.
You got some behind-the-scenes red cards to film, my friend. You're not out of this.
5,600 backers.
5,600.
5,600. And I just want to.
Gamers by 1,300.
What?
And also, it beat Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I get my revenge after
Yeah,
years.
you're going to have to contend yourself with your Oscar in millions of dollars.
Take that, Charlie Kaufman. You brilliant screenwriter, you.
Yeah.
Please employ us.
Please employ us. Call us back. It's numbers at the bottom.
Call us back. The numbers.
What, Tony?
Oh, man. Okay. Shoot, I don't know what else to do now, guys.
Now is where we say thank you. We go watch the video and sleep or drink or whatever it is you're going to be doing. Thank you to everybody. We did it. Now we have to go do it.
Do we want to take 30 more minutes for questions, or does everybody got to go sleep?
Sure.
All right, Ben, do you want to do it for cutoff time at 9:30, or?
Does anyone else in this chat have the ability to stop the live broadcast?
I don't know what button that is.
Okay, no one sees that button. All right, go ahead and keep talking. I'll do some cleanup.
Okay, we're going to do a 30-minute post-interview. Hey, Ben Dobbins, I got a question for you, my friend, from Slack channel. Was there a didn't fund video or letter?
There was a letter. There was not a video because it was clear that it was going to fund based on the momentum from yesterday.
Okay, short and sweet. I love it. Okay, Matt Vansel was if we did not. God, we got a lot. If you did not fund questions. If you did not fund Matt Vansel, is there an alternative way to release the story?
Yes. If we did not fund, we were going to release the script to all of the backers under a Creative Commons license as a thank you. You deserve to know how the story continues. Have at it, and thank you for a wonderful ride. On top of that, I had been making plans to continue the story as a series of novels. Basically, I had been basically just doing sort of the prep work for that. No actual scripting on it. Just okay. If it fails, how long will it take? And you know, will it be acceptable to the fans?
There was also, I believe, some talk back and forth about possibly like making a radio play kind of thing, some sort of audio version, which probably would have been nice. It would have been great if we had to do that. But I'm so glad we don't. What?
How are we not going to see those pants? There's red pants there.
Well, you might not see him anyway, so.
Oh.
Spoilers! Come on.
Spoilers.
Did you watch?
We did talk about
did you watch season 2?
Laura Scott, when do we call for Victory Waffles? Is there an official call? Matt Vansel? do you want to talk about your love for waffles?
God damn it, Laura. Yay, victory waffles.
Etc.
You may also substitute the victory breakfast pastry of your choice.
Like,
Yeah, Matt, what is your breakfast choice, my friend, since you don't like waffles?
These days, it's oatmeal with raisins.
You're so old.
I'm so old.
Good God. Do you
Perhaps
take that with a cane?
perhaps a kale
What was that?
smoothie. A kale
Some
smoothie.
avocado in there.
Yeah.
Regular.
First, I get up at 4:30, and then I hitch my pants up to my navel. Then I yell at the kids who are on my lawn.
Put on your special socks that also have some sort of hitching up business that's hitched to your calves.
Garters.
It's ridiculous how much, while physically I haven't aged that much, emotionally and mentally I've aged a ton, to the point where even, like, when Camille says, Wesley, do your daddy dance. And kids look dumb when they dance normally. He manages to dial it up even more to 11. He's doing the... He's like, you look stupid for a toddler. Stop it. Stop it. I provide for you.
Okay, I'm just going to go through more of this. Will the full cast and crew be at the wrap party? As best to our ability, yes. I know Ann Kennedy, her schedule's difficult. Same with Fran. But as far as everyone else, I think they'll be able to attend.
Well, you're going to want to be there for Christian and Emily's wrap-up.
Oh, and the big ballroom number we got to do at some point, guys.
Nathan, you missed her too. Someone said, and the big ballroom number.
Probably the best Rick roll I've seen in quite a while.
People have a chance to get their opinions.
And I don't think people actually realize that Rick roll was filmed during season 2. We've been holding on to that footage for a long time.
Please move your head.
It's so heavy.
Please move your head. This is really uncomfortable.
This screen is getting a bit
it's all
uncomfortable. Yeah,
happening
it's getting
Now
very...
it's getting really weird.
Now it's getting weird.
But when is it not with Nathan Rice? Does Journeyquest need extras? God damn it. Yes, I guess I really have to start working at some point. Fine. Yeah, see, Ben's just you guys are just laughing. You're enjoying this. You're not going to enjoy it when you're sitting in the rain.
Now we're laughing.
I work in post-production, Tony. I don't have to sit in the rain.
Tony, I don't live stream in the rain.
Hey, wait. Rain? When are we filming?
During the best parts of the year in
We're
Washington.
not filming in March. We're filming
No.
in April when it's all sunshine and butterflies.
Exactly. It'll be warm, and we won't have to use body heat for anybody.
That's no fun.
Hey, yeah, hang on. I object to no body heats.
Yeah.
And I have at least one scene together. We've already talked about this.
Then you get all the Nathan Rice body heat you want.
I take back everything I just said and replace it with other comments.
No takesy backsies.
Yep. Hey, Ben Dobbins, how much did the Steam release affect pledges?
Good question.
You with me, Ben? I may have lost to Ben Dobbins. Okay.
Good question, though. I want to be there.
I'd be great.
Yeah, I'd be curious too. I mean, Steam was great to have. Oh, Ben, are you back in? Yes.
Yeah, I don't actually have any way to track that. My suspicion is not very much, but it definitely engaged the community there. We got a ton of reviews, and in terms of getting people excited about seeing what's coming next and having another outlet for it, I think a huge success. By the way, I want a huge thank you to Steve Malik for the Journeyquest shirt that I wore to celebrate today.
Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on. Stand up. Oh,
This
there
one,
we go.
right? See, I talk, so I go.
Steve Malik is the man.
Yeah.
Steve Malik actually is an anagram for the man. If you substitute a bunch of letters and leave some others out there. But the core of it is there. The science checks out.
There you go. Hey, Matt Vansel, how many seasons are there likely to be for Journeyquest?
At this pace, 3. I think we can do it in 5.
And 5?
The aim is 5, as in this is the midpoint of the season and the turning point, and we can wrap up everything in 2 more after this.
So when Brian Lewis is 40, we'll be done with Journeyquest. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm not sure I totally signed up from the jump for that longer run, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, because I really like that character. I gotta wait till I'm 40 to actually play him. Yeah,
we're trying to save money by not having to put makeup on Brian. So the longer it takes, it just starts to naturally rot.
That's the plan.
And Jerry, you've been using that Chia head thing on your head that go green, right?
So far, it keeps doing wonders every day. Just a little more. Water it.
You've been eating off meat, for a long time to kind of get a sort of a green pallor going on.
Green bacon is the best bacon. And I don't want anyone to tell you different, because kale is green, and green bacon is almost like kale.
There you go.
There's one of our first production babies from season 1.
Oh yeah, made a season 1 debut.
Yeah.
Hi.
Good night. Good night.
Hi. She's the reason those pants needed an elastic waistband. Good night. See you later.
Will you guys come?
If I buy a pinata up front.
Hi, Hannah.
Oh wait, was that a Gamers 1 we just saw?
Mhm. It
With
was.
the baby.
It was with the baby. Disappeared now.
Gosh, I sure hope we get to see him again in a month or 2.
Okay, perfect.
So
Brian Lewis.
Emily, what 1970s horror movie murder cabin are you actually staying in right now?
I know. Well, it's my home office.
I would like to point out that you are the best lit person in this entire feed. Like,
I wouldn't argue with that.
I don't know if that's true. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
I don't know.
Yeah. There's a shocking lack of beer in my cabin, however, so
obviously,
I think I'm losing.
In the unlikely case of house inversion, you can take that off on the water.
Yeah. Because it's a boat, you see.
It's a boat, that's my joke.
When you're upside down.
Yeah, you just flip it.
See,
Like,
this
I'm
is
not
why
sure
I
if
have
you-
actors deliver the lines.
I don't know if you got it, because like if it's upside down,
It
looks
takes
very
me like
arty.
8 tries, and I have to write that shit down.
Well, I don't know why they let you keep acting. God's sake. This delays the writing.
Honestly, the only reason I've had any role in anything except for the Demon Hunters movies was because someone else bailed at the last moment. I wasn't supposed to be Hunt, I wasn't supposed to be Mitch, and I wasn't supposed to be Fargo.
Chibi-chan.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you're
was.
Mitch.
Oh yeah, Chibi-chan. Yeah, that was fun.
You took that because you got to suffer. So you had no choice in
That
that.
was fair. That was, yes.
Hey, Carol, how many arms are you going to eat this season?
How many arms am I going to eat?
That's the question.
Actually, I was going to say none, but so without spoiling much of anything, more than 0?
The number is a non-zero integer.
Yeah. Possibly 0.
And only Steve laughs. He didn't laugh.
Are you talking about me? He didn't laugh?
All right, hey Stevie,
There's
is
just
there any particular character that inspires you when you're making songs?
In Journeyquest?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Stevie. Come on, Stevie.
Yeah, I was going to say.
A lot of the characters have very strong themes that have come out. more so than in anything that I've scored before, like there are a lot of individual themes. Ren has a theme, Kara has a theme, Glorian has a theme, Death has a theme, the orcs have a theme. Like there's a lot of themes. Yeah, there are a lot of themes. So it was very, after watching, reading the script and then watching the first season, the themes really came through very strongly, as far as the personality. So and that really spoke from the writing from Matt. So nice job, man. And just the acting, like they were very distinct characters, and I could understand them very well, and so just a lot of them. If I had to pick one, Silver Tom's been fun to do, and Ren. Again, like Silver Tom and Ren have been really fun to do to score to. So
sorry, Jeremy, you lost.
Oh.
All right, we got 15 more minutes. Matt Vansel, is there any questions you want to ask? Matt Vansel, is there any questions you want to ask?
No one's ever asked me that before. No.
I have a question.
Oh, good.
Well, now it just seems selfish. It was kind of piggybacking on the last Caro question about arms. So the way Caro's body works, does just something like get lopped off a field and put in place?
Well, I mean, you could. I don't know if with any old thing, like I don't know if you put a wheelbarrow up to a stump,
Right.
Be like medieval Voltron.
Oh man, wouldn't that be great?
No.
It'd be like that DuckTales character that has like the one wheel and like Gizmo Duck.
Yes.
Oh man, Caro Duck.
You can stop talking. Stop suggesting things.
This won't be the season.
You can't get your DuckTales wrong, man. Ben Dobbins is going to school you.
That's true. I have the lyrics to the DuckTales theme song wrong until I was in my 30s.
What?
Yes.
How did he let you get away with that?
I don't know. I never sang it to him. You would think the opportunities to Ben Dobbins
and caring, faithful
and friendly stories.
Come on, Stevie. Catch up.
Please stop. Please stop. Hey, Jeremy Spray, is there a question you want to ask anyone in the group? Hey, Jeremy, did you catch that?
Sorry, buddy. I was singing Tailspin. What's up?
Is there a question you want to ask the group?
I could share a stat with you briefly. You'd be
All right.
interested. Just ran
Math,
the numbers,
let's do it.
and Zoe Kickstarters total have raised $997,578. We missed the 1 million mark by 2,500.
Wow.
Well, there's always season 4.
I think that's still. I just want to point out though that our fans and funders have raised almost $1 million for Zoe shows and projects over the last 6 years. That is unbelievable.
We did not, just to be sure, we did not sign up for the $1 million lifetime limit, right? Because that means we have to do Gamers 3 on $2,500.
Oh boy.
Because it also increases, basically allows the electrical signal to go farther.
Hey, Jeremy Spray, is there anything you want to ask?
Odds. I mean, if I think like general cast questions, I just want to go to like press pieces of the.
I meant Gamers 4.
For a couple of years, how do you expect things to be different this time around? But I already know the answer to that, which is like nothing. We're all family. We know exactly how we all tick and what's going on. So instead, I will spin it just a little bit and go, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to the most other than seeing each other again?
No, I'm not looking forward to that. Come on now.
I hate you people.
All right, Steve, what are you looking forward to?
I said it earlier, being able to play with these themes again, except with a much broader and cooler library. That sounds awesome. I I enjoy listening to my own music sometimes, and I'll listen to it and be like, wow, that's awesome. Oh, shit, I wrote that. That's great. So I'm really excited to do that again with Journeyquest and stuff. So I don't get the pleasure of working with many people. I kind of sit just in the space that you see here for like thousands of hours, and that's all I do. So, yeah, but to see everybody on screen, to see it come together, and to to work, to play with the themes again, it'll be fun.
Just chime in, Emily.
I am super excited to interact with new people because that's something that Ren, when she first came in, right? It was Ren and the Orcs, and that was kind of it. And then slowly her circle of interaction moved a little bit. So I'm excited for what that's going to lead to this next season. You know, you spend a year tramping in the woods, following along, you starve for company. So I'm excited to see how she deals with other people after that long. So, yeah.
I'm really actually looking forward to that as well, in Ren's characters.
Yeah, and the new people coming on too. I'm excited for new, fresh blood.
Oh, Matt Vansel, do we have new people coming on?
We do have new people coming on. What I'm most looking forward to in this season is actually seeing the completion of the original Journeyquest story. You know, going back to 2009, 2010, all of the main beats for the first 3 seasons were in part of this original mega script that presented, as has been mentioned. And so the idea that whole thing is actually going to get told and get seen with the original people involved in it is a magnificent privilege to be a part of it. I'm astonished and blown away. I have no words. Or I have words, but they wouldn't suffice.
Also, they've already been written down.
That too. Again, it takes me 8 tries to do something right, and I have to write that.
Another one for Matt Vansel. Although I don't know that you can spoil this.
Sorry, well, 1 second. Can I answer that question?
Yes.
So it's the question was like, what are you looking forward to in season 3? Is that right?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most?
I don't know about the most exactly, but like something I'm really looking forward to is actually Anne Kennedy Brady's character of Nala is when I first read the script was kind of apprehensive about it because it was, if you actually like look at what she's actually saying and like what amount of stuff she's actually putting forth, she's not really giving a whole lot necessarily. She's actually very defensive, and I was worried that this character was not going to be likable at all. And there's just, I mean, yeah, you can tell that there was like a lot of things that are in the backstory and hidden, and she was keeping things very close to her chest. But like, during the seasons that we had the scripts for, like it wasn't a whole lot. What made that role something very interesting was Anne Kennedy Brady.
Absolutely.
And like made that an interesting character to watch.
I would love to expand on that.
Yeah, and also just in this season, we get to hear a little bit more of that, which is wonderful.
That's exactly right. I mean, the idea behind Nara, again, when this all was coming from one big mega script, was this is a character who is very defensive, very constrained, and only after a very long time begins to reveal what's actually going on, as would normally happen in a story arc that is 20 episodes long, like that original thing, right? And so when we decided to cut that original thing into the smaller seasons and flesh those out more, that was one of the big concerns was, Nara doesn't really blossom until what is now season 3. Are people going to like her that much? And I credit Anne and I credit Ben with drawing that out in the second season, in that all-important second season when it's like, in the second season, Nara is drugged for so much of that as well. She's in an altered state of mind. And Anne's performance and Ben's direction in that, I cannot give enough credit for making her such a compelling character. It would have been so easy to dismiss her or let that character kind of be fly under the radar and then spike. But, in season 3, when there's so much more overt material to work with. But, well, I'm just repeating myself at this time.
That's it, man. That's it, dude.
kudos.
Perfect. Okay, let's see. Hey, Matt Vansel, is there anything you would have done differently in terms of story structure that you could go back and redo?
Huh. I think there probably is, but I can't articulate what it would be right now, because the first season script that we set out to shoot was not the first season that we wound up with for a number of reasons. So it's tempting to say yes, we would go back and we would restructure a bit of that, but no, I'm really happy with where we are with everything that we've been through.
I think it's evolved over time, and we've adapted to it. I mean, like, I can't really, take a lot of, responsibility after myself, but I know a lot of the folks in charge have certainly, adapted to difficulties that have come across the path. I mean, Lord knows that there's been slots.
Which, by the way, is also Ham's philosophy in the business.
5,600 backers.
5,600 backers. Goodness sakes.
Okay. 3 minutes left. We got time for one more, unless somebody else wants to talk for a minute. Ben, you got anything?
I have something.
All right, fire away.
So I just want to say I have loved all of the fan interaction on this right now. I've just been tweeting back and forth while here with some of our fans in Australia who are like, hey, watching you on the thing. It's so great to see you. La, la, la. So it's so cool. This is my absolute favorite part. There's 5,600 people out there who like what we're doing. There's a ton of them who are tweeting and messaging and Facebooking us, and I just think it's fantastic. So thank you, all of you. I love it. You guys are amazing. So that's all I have to say.
Oh.
Makes me happy.
I don't really know how we can actually express our gratitude for what we've all taken part in here.
We need the thing.
We need a thing, but it's more like
no, we make the thing.
Yeah, we make the thing. Sure.
Yeah, you try not to suck. That's
They
fine.
let us. No, they let us. They let us make the thing.
They let us make the thing.
I have to say, until about this afternoon with the momentum, my thinking had been Journeyquest was something I did, not something I'm doing. Journeyquest was something I got to do, not that I get to keep doing. It looked like we were done, and that was the end of the ride.
That was a chapter that is now closed.
And the apple cart of expectations has been overturned once again in a wonderful way.
All right, perfect. Hey, Ben, I'm going to end it with 2 questions, unless you got anything else, my friend. Ben Dobbins?
I'm here. I'm giving you the thumbs up, but you can't see it because you're not looking.
I'm not looking because I was reading questions.
We could have all been mooning Tony the whole time, and he would never know.
Whatever.
As opposed to all the other times you guys have done.
Why do you think Nathan is doing camera left?
Don't tell Nathan. Don't tell Nathan.
Yeah, don't tell Nathan. So, you get the second to last question. Why are you guys so awesome and lovable?
I think I'll take this one, Tony.
Oh, dear God.
On the inside, we're actually 60% polyester, and it does create a lot more of the fluff. Some of us carry in other places than others. Emily, Jeremy.
Oh. Sounds like Emily's going
we're actually part teddy bear. It's one of the reasons we all know each other so well and get along as cuddly as we do. So,
actually, I buy that totally, Mr. Pepper Spray, that you are for a teddy bear.
I'm a goddamn Teddy Ruxpin.
All right. Ben, do you have an answer for that one?
What was the question?
Why are you all so awesome?
I am so completely emotionally thrashed and burned out after the years it's taken to get to this point and building this campaign and pushing through the last 30 days. I've been living and breathing this non-stop, sleeping, waking, haven't been sleeping the last week. I have no fucking clue.
So your answer is pass.
Just pass.
Okay, that's an option. All right.
Tony, I can speak to that a little bit. I think part of it is like the core of the group. I mean, started. We most of us met in college, and what we did was very genuine. Like it was, hey, we're just gonna be us, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot this crazy thing called Demon Hunters, and then we're gonna do this thing called Gamers, and then this thing called Dead Camper. And we weren't trying to get to this point. Like if you were to tell me 15 years ago that, yeah, okay, cool. So one day in the future, 15 years from now, 5,600 people are going to say, yeah, I like what you're doing so much, I'm going to give you a lot of money to do it, and then you're going to be speaking on a camera and telling people thank you for that. That would blow my mind, because we didn't set out to do this, but we really enjoy doing it, and we enjoy working with each other and having fun together. And so I think that's what that's possibly what makes us approachable and likable and what was it, cuddly? Was cuddly the actual descriptive word there?
So,
I'm pretty sure it was implicit.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
So everyone, I've been here for 14 hours, and I would like to wrap this up so that I can press the stop button and go home.
We're on the last question. Brian Lewis, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Are you looking at the Slack channel?
Last question for Nathan?
Are you looking at the Slack channel?
Yeah.
All right. So the last question for Nathan, and the one we're signing off is, can Nathan read his signature line to sign us out tonight, guys? Yep.
Yeah,
Say it.
No, it's all you. It's all you. Everyone, listen.
Just do it, Nathan.
For Ben.
Yeah, you gotta do the microphone closer. If people can't hear it, you gotta do it louder.
Okay.
Yes, you gotta start over.
Here we go.
Oh, for God's sakes, dude.
No, I need to focus. I need to really be, like the center of
I think that's
ready. Okay.
That shit.
Now 90% of scientists.
This is on you, question.
Alright.
Yeah, that's totally worth it. Hey!
And that was our last comment. Hang up on you now.
Hang on.
You just guys did.
Nathan,
You
let me
just
show you how
finished doing
it's
this a
done.
couple hours ago.
Nathan, let me show you how it's done.
He's still going. He hasn't breathed yet.
And that's how we go out. That's
It's
professionalism. folks.
superhuman. It really is.
All right, good night, everyone. I'm pressing the button.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
No breath.
Thank you.